Do you think we went to the moon?
I thought you started it. That's why you said it.
No.
So, do you think we went to the moon?
Is this our
Hell
first
the fuck
topic?
yeah.
Sure, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Alright. I was just wondering if it started. Alright, I think we
Easily.
did. There's a lot of conspiracy around it though. Like,
You're
but
smiling.
there's conspiracies about everything. I'm smiling because it's funny.
heavily.
No, like,
It's a heavy smile.
I mean,
It's a grand.
what's the theory? It's like it
The
was
theory is that it
a
was.
movie or something like that, or filmed like it was a movie.
The theory
Something
is
like
that.
I guess.
Yeah,
And then
it's like.
there was a theory. There was one theory that when they were shooting, apparently like when they were shooting one of the scenes or whatever of them on the moon, there was two sets of shadows. So it was like indicating that there was two light sources.
And
or
there's
whatever.
like a flag blowing in the wind on the moon when there's no fucking wind. There's like a bunch
yeah.
of weird shit. So like my theory is like if they didn't go on the moon there, they probably just like doctored the like footage just to make it look more like cool, just to kind of. I mean that's just like a realistic.
Why would they do that though? Like, what's the point?
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but.
Hello, Ryan.
I mean,
See.
yeah. And then that comes to the point, if it was doctored, I'm not saying it like it was, but like let's just like theorize, like if it was doctored, why would the government have to lie to us about that?
There's a lot of things the government lies to us about.
Yeah, especially back then too, because there wasn't the internet and it was much easier to like construe the public's like opinion and shit.
That's true. What kind of other things would you think they would lie to us about and why? Like, such as, since we're
Area
talking about
51.
something that has to do with the moon, yeah, I was about to say Area 51.
Area 51, the biggest
What- I
fucking
mean-
mystery.
But
Yeah,
what
like, what do you think
specifically
would go
though?
on there? Just like, yeah, but, like, it's thought that that's where they
Hide
have
alien
research for
shit.
extraterrestrial life.
I mean,
Possibly
I feel like
have,
that's.
like, aliens there. Like, would that be something you think, like, actually
Is
yeah.
that more far-fetched than
I
them
like
fucking
this.
up the moon landing? Is that more far-fetched than that? I think it
I'd say
probably
that's more
is.
far-
I feel like if we
far-fetched.
have,
I'd say
I feel
that's
like
more
if there
far-fetched, but-
if there is extraterrestrial life though, like we would definitely have to. We could definitely go to the moon. It definitely happens. I think. But
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if not,
Yeah,
then
what the
that's
fuck?
just one more thing.
Think of those odds. What are the odds that we found alien life on our planet but can't even go to the moon? How does that make sense? Yeah,
I mean,
what's up with
they
that?
could come to us,
Like,
like,
if space travel
shit
is
like that.
available. for
Yeah, I mean that's
aliens, like, why
that's a
couldn't we
point.
do it?
You could argue that like
Yeah.
aliens are smarter than us and they just found us because they're more
Well,
advanced.
obviously, and if they've been around
Yeah, no,
longer than we
easily,
have,
yeah.
obviously they'd have more advanced technology than us. But there's
Dude,
no
space is
actual
terrifying.
evidence that alien life even exists.
See, my thing is, another thing I think too is like, if let's say Area 51, for argument's sake, has like a bunch of fucking aliens camping out in there, they're just living like, they're just like whatever. Like we know that they exist and they're just
Maybe
camping out in
getting
there.
like experiments and all.
Like people
Or
people would
there'd be
fucking people would know about it.
interrogation,
Like people would spread rumors about it and like.
But that's
Well,
the
that's the
thing.
thing,
People
you're
who
sworn to
come out about
secrecy
it,
and
like
shit
the
like
government
that.
will come after them.
Yeah, they're
Nah,
sworn
but
to
Yeah, you're
secrecy.
sworn
like
to
you guys know about
Yeah.
this Edward Snowden
And if
shit?
they did, like people, there's apparently like people have come out about that, but like who would actually believe it? Because it's not for
A lot
sure.
of
Like, how do we
people.
know
Yeah.
how do we know like they can't reveal who they are, or they're gonna get themselves and their family potentially like harmed. You know what I mean? So they can't. There's no way of actually telling if what they're saying is true. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think if it was like a really big ordeal, like a really big project that the government has been hiding alien life in Area 51 for years, I feel like eventually,
WikiLeaks.
like, eventually, like a fucking janitor or something would tell his wife, and the wife would get paid by TMZ, and like it would make a huge story. I just think that would eventually happen. The government's
but,
not
like,
good at hiding shit like that. That's way too big of
I
a.
don't know. But like,
especially something that big. Like aliens.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
there's another thing too. There's another aspect to this. Like, why would they lie to us about it in the first place? Like, would it cause hysteria? I don't honestly. If I
Yeah,
heard that
I
there was
think it
alien
Probably
life,
would. There's
I
a lot of
wouldn't- I wouldn't
idiots
care.
out there.
Like, is
Oh,
an
there's a
alien
lot of
gonna
idiots.
be dropped off on my doorstep and try to fucking anally probe me? No. Like, my life will go on. Nothing's gonna happen.
I think it's more just like, I would want to know because that's cool as shit, and that confirms like that there's more life out there. Even though
Yeah, and
I know there is, there
that
has
might-
to be. There's
that
no way
might
that
give-
we're just like
Yeah, and anyways, that
They
might
just give us the-
us more motivation to
like
acquire
study
that
space travel and
technology.
My
stuff,
thing-
and like actually try to travel and stuff.
You gotta
So
think
I feel like it
too-
would be a plus. Like, do you think?
It'd
Do
be
you
a
really think
benefit.
people would be running around, crazy, like, oh my god, there's aliens, like, that cause mass
No.
hysteria and like anarchy? No, what, exactly. And if this is something the government would like guess, if there was proof of alien life, I feel like, and that they came to us, like our planet, people would buy more guns. That's not debatable. 100%. I feel like people would go out
Yeah,
and buy
like
more
defense
guns because
and
they'd be
shit.
like, well, if there's aliens, I want to be ready if they come to where I live.
Well, people
You know
do
what I
that
mean?
just for other people, let alone aliens. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the government does. Obviously, the government doesn't want us to get more guns. I mean, it's quite clear.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I never even thought of that. Like,
Yeah,
they could be
yeah,
hiding it from us so that
it's-
way we're not gonna like rebel.
Go crazy. I feel like people will go crazy about it. To be honest, like.
Yeah, you gotta
people
think it's
get weird
America
about it 'cause
too.
They get crazy about shit like.
And then
oh,
there would be no, and if they did say that, then there would be even crazier. That's just a more not far-fetched, but like more long-term like idea, I guess. But people, if it was out about the fact that aliens were real and like they came to our planet, I feel like people would come up with all these retarded ass stories, fake stories, and then people would believe them
Yeah,
about it,
more
and then
fake
the
news.
situation would be even worse.
Well, no, there's already fake stuff like that, like fake UFO sightings and
Yeah,
shit
but
like
people
that.
don't believe
Yeah,
that.
that's all bullshit.
Yeah, I
though.
know. So who's to say they still will? Like, are you talking about
People
like
just
if they
believe it
people
more,
would-
though.
People would be more likely to
Oh,
believe
yeah.
retarded lies
Yeah. Okay.
if it was confirmed that it was real, like alien life is real. Because like, what do we know? What do we know about them, like them if they were real? Nothing. You know, nothing. They could have came here to try to fucking steal our resources, steal like, I don't know. They could scout out our resources, like try to
What?
deplete our own resources, or like fuck us over. I don't know. Just like, we don't know what their motivation. What I was saying was retarded, but like we don't know their motivation for being here if they were here. You know what I mean? Like we don't know what they want.
I don't
I
know.
am an
So
alien.
people
Like, you
could
would
make
think-
like far-fetched shit up
How
about
big
it.
is your dick?
And it would cause hysteria. So I mean,
5
in the long run, I
inches,
guess it would cause
VH
it would
go.
cause hysteria.
5 inches
I
when
guess.
fully erect.
Wait,
Is that our next topic? What?
No, it's the chat. It could be our next topic.
2
So, Jay,
millimeters.
What the
How
average,
big
the
are you?
average penile length?
That guys.
How big am I? How big am I?
Don't show it.
Oh. Got excited.
Sound like you're about to whip it out.
In about 5 seconds, we're going to be posting each other's penile length pics on the podcast.
Prepare.
Toxic Slays
Alright.
in the chat says he's 2 millimeters long.
Ooh,
It's pretty big for a black man.
Excellent, Rigums. Excellent.
it's massive.
Alright. I say we skip this topic.
I have been watching.
Yeah, I don't feel
the
comfortable anymore. I don't want to get bullied.
I mean, that was a pretty good first topic about aliens and
Yeah.
fucking...
We forgot the introduction,
Government
but it's all good.
conspiracies.
We don't need
I
it.
mean, we don't need it.
We don't need
It's
that
just-
introduction.
So
That's gay.
let's start with...
Wait, are we homophobic here, or are we like open to everything?
Are we talking about this?
Wait, what?
About what?
Are we...
Gay marriage.
No. I was asking if I could say the word gay as
Where
like
did-
a derogatory term.
Alright, well,
Or
I
if
think this is
we're-
our next topic. Let's talk about it.
Sure,
Oh,
let's get
God.
into it. Listen, man, I don't care if you're gay. Like, do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
just don't be gay to me, you know?
Just don't touch your pee-pee.
Yeah. Alright,
So-
let's bring my point of view in here. Alright.
Oi,
God.
oi.
We were talking about this yesterday. We were
Hi,
talking about
Jack
this
Much.
yesterday.
Yeah.
We were talking about this yesterday, alright?
When are you gonna
So,
start streaming?
if marriage was created to be between a man and a woman, and that's what it is, marriage is between a man and a woman, why would, like, gay people need to get married, is what I'm saying. I'm fine with it, I don't care. I'm just saying,
it's just because
why
they
would they
want
feel
to.
the need to get married?
It's because they think it's an issue. They think it's like insulting.
It's like society's,
They think it's like insulting
Implemented.
to them. That's what, and I kind of get that. They think
or
it's
do they
like.
do it just because they're like, I want to, like, because I
I
can?
mean, I think it's a little. I think it's a
think.
little bit of both. I feel like they just like not des. Well, I mean, I guess in a way they do, but they feel like they deserve it. And I feel like gay.
So
the
it's
whole
like
gay
people
thing is
don't want to
put-
stop them from doing it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. That's pretty much it. Like
'Cause then we don't look like fucking homophobes.
when we're born, it's implemented that we're supposed to go to school.
Have equality.
We're supposed to, I mean, yeah. Like, we're supposed to go to school, grow up, shit like that. Marry someone, have kids, raise them until they go off, and then die. That's pretty much what you do.
Nowadays, it's even less frequent for people to have kids or want kids.
Really? I thought it was increasing.
No.
I
Well,
feel
the
like it's
age. I
not,
know for
because
sure
a lot
that the
of
age is
millennials, a lot of
increasing.
millennials say they don't want kids because
Yeah.
it's not economically friendly for them.
And they
You know
just
what
have
I
no
mean?
motivation to continue
Yeah.
their seed.
I feel like
I was just gonna say
I
something.
I want. Speaking of this topic, I mean, I want kids. A lot of people I
I
hear
feel
say
like-
they don't. I mean, I want kids.
I was
I want
thinking
someone
of
to
this.
Kids
pass on.
established.
I want someone to pass on the Mullen name.
I was thinking of this shower this morning.
Ew.
Like,
Your
it-
voice is like, Kyle.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh.
You cannot.
my bad. Like, when you think about it, if you don't have kids, you're basically like, think
You're
of the
feel like you're
odds.
wasting your life.
You're ending
You
your
feel
like-
bloodline. I
yeah,
think that's
yeah.
stupid. Ending your
Yeah.
bloodline.
Yeah,
That's like
you-
ending the amount of family you'll have. Like I think that's
Just think
stupid.
of-
Like,
just
why
think of it this
wouldn't
way.
you want to have more family?
Think
I
of
don't
the
know.
odds
Like, having
that
kids.
you are born. Like, think of all the sperm cells that
Yeah.
fucking were slow and fat like Jay. Think of
Trust me.
all
I was-
the
Trust me. There's so many of them.
so many of them. Yeah, I mean,
You actually gonna start playing again.
I was just reading the chat. My bad. But it's like just
Where
the
we going?
odds that you were born. You would think you would continue that just for the sake of being
That
thankful.
lucky streak.
It's like a selfish thing. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm born,
I mean,
so I'm just
no,
gonna
it
live my life
truthfully
how I
is a
want.
selfish
Yeah, so I'm just gonna live my life how I want to.
Like, would your parents not want grandkids?
No, they
Like
definitely do.
every parent
exactly.
Yeah, that's what
is
they
excited
want.
for their
Yeah.
grandkid, like to have grandkids. They're really excited for that. And I kind of like feel bad, to be honest, because your grandparents and like my grandparents, like they want to be around us as much as possible, but it's just
But
like
they're
they're
not.
not that fun to be around. You know what I mean? It's kind of
That's why I
sad.
want to be a
It
cool.
really is.
I want to be a cool like grandparent, and like
Yeah.
get to know my grandkids like
It's just when
personally,
you're-
not just like.
Sorry to interrupt, but this like
No,
really
you're good.
came to my head. It's just when you're a grandparent, like you're gonna want to talk to your grandchildren about like your old times and experiences. Like, because personally, when I talk to my grandparents, like I like to hear about their like life experiences, because a lot of it's like a lot cooler than what the fuck happens
Yeah.
today. Dude,
Yeah.
like you have times were better back. I mean, like there's the Great Depression and shit, but like
Times
to
were
actually
simpler.
Do things.
Times were
Like,
Yeah,
simpler.
it was way easier. But
And
no,
in my
yo,
idea,
did
simpler
either
is
of you have
better.
like a grandfather or a grandmother that fought in a war?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mine.
Dude, war
Literally
stories are
every-
so fun to listen to, bro.
Mine- I mean,
they are so fun.
My grandfather was he was trying to go to the Air Force. He was trying to be in the Air Force, but his what's it called? Shit. What's it called when you what's it called for when you
AWOL.
see something in front of you, like the dimensions or whatever?
Dementia?
Like how close it is.
Wait,
like
what
how
the
close
fuck?
it is to you.
I have no idea where you're getting at.
Oh,
I forgot.
is that no? That's not
Claustrophobia?
television.
No, that is nothing
When you
to do
see
with
stuff
that.
closer to you.
No, it's not when you see something, it's just like what it's called. Like, being able to see something like how close it is to you, like its dimensions.
I have no
Not to
idea.
mention
You're a
like,
fucking
how close it
alien?
is to you.
Like, I don't know. You live in Area
Fuck, I can't
51?
think of it.
Let me look it up. What am I looking up?
I don't know what you're
Like,
talking about.
how to see, not how to, but what it is to see distance of an object.
Perception? Depth perception?
Depth perception, that's what it is.
Okay.
He doesn't have
Yeah.
good depth perception.
Okay.
So he wasn't able to be in the Air Force or whatever, so he decided to become a doctor for the Navy. And
That's a thing?
He said he had a lot of...
You can
yeah,
get diagnosed for having bad depth perception?
yeah,
Like,
you
that's a...
can't- you can't
Wait, how can
fly
you be a
plane.
doctor
can't
when you have
can't
bad-
fly a
Yeah, hold
plane.
up. Hold up.
How can you be a
Because you can
doctor?
see it's because you can see things close to you easily. It's just
Oh, so
one
he
thing
just needed
gets
glasses?
further away.
You just
what's
nearsighted?
going on? Like, they just had
He
no
does
worth.
have glasses.
They just
He
had
does
no
have glasses.
eye doctors back then? Like,
So it's like he
Yeah,
was
what
weird
kind of
that they
doctor
definitely
was-
did. No, but it's just you can't really wear glasses when you're flying like an old plane like that. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
with
mean, you
goggles
need
and
good
shit.
vision. Yeah.
Glasses and goggles. Glasses
Yeah.
and
My,
goggles.
On that note, my
I mean, I guess,
grandfather...
but I don't know why, but like because of his depth perception, he couldn't.
Hi, what's your
be-
stream? Which
couldn't fly
TV
planes. He
slash?
couldn't like fly planes or
It's
whatever.
not Twitch.
Or wasn't allowed, even though he was like
Just search on
best
YouTube,
in it.
Kyle J4778.
Even though he was like the
shit.
smartest in his class, but he wasn't allowed just because of that little thing.
Yeah, it's like people can't
And-
see if they're like, I mean, people can't drive if they're like 2% blind or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
my grandpa, he was actually in the Air Force. He flew fucking planes and shit in World War II. And he
Really?
never,
That's actually sick.
yeah, like he never told my mom, which was his daughter, any
Some scary
stories.
shit.
Yeah, he, like, apparently, according to my grandma, had like a bunch of friends die, and he just never wanted to talk about it.
Doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and
That's sad, man. Like, just think of that, like your really close friends that you've been with.
no, it's
I
too
mean, like,
much.
I know
Like,
he's in the Air
it's
Force, so I know it's in the Air Force. He was in the Air
it's
Force.
crazy.
But did he have any like infantry, like?
I'm sure. Yeah, he had
friends
some
that were
airborne
in-
friends. No, like, of course,
Yeah.
like, that. It's like, I don't know
Just
how it
worrying
works,
about that
but
while you're in the sky, like, I mean, that's just crazy. And
Not
then,
only
like,
that,
you're
but you're-
scared too, because you can get shot. You can literally,
You can die at any time.
You get shot once, basically, by like an enemy fighter plane. You're going down, and you're probably gonna crash and explode. Like you're
not
dead.
to mention
Like-
the fact that like you're flying a plane and you're shooting at other people, and you got to be
Yeah.
pretty like, I know like the point of being in the army is to shoot at people, but like that's just a crazy thing too. Like you're at a vantage
Killing
point,
so many
fucking
people.
killing. Yeah, you don't know if they're innocent or not. I mean, you should know, but I don't know. It's fucking crazy.
I don't like the whole topic of war in general. I feel like
Why-
it's just war.
It's
is dumb.
really, to me, it's an archaic, like fucking barbaric way to solve
ridiculous.
issues.
Yeah.
It's something that like cavemen
It
do.
is needed. It is needed sometimes. When tensions are too high. Like it'll happen.
I get that.
Because people are like, we can't be friends. It's kind of like a we can't be friends. Like say, let's take this about Twitter.
Sorry, I was
alright?
beating my
So
head.
like,
Oh, nah.
you can't be, you can't be, you're not friends. Like you can't stand each other anymore. And it gets to the point where you just
You have to
don't
kill
like
each other.
at
Yeah,
all. So-
I get it.
So you have to drop a meme or make fun of them. Like it's kind of, that's like the
I mean,
war.
I
Like
mean,
you can't be friends.
Hold on,
You
let's
can't be friends,
This
you
is-
can't come across something.
Let's put this
it's
into
ironic.
perspective real quick. We're comparing war.
I'm just
to
giving it
Twitter
a
beef.
smaller. I'm not
Yeah,
comparing it. I'm not comparing it. I'm just giving
yeah,
a
you're just
simpler
giving-
like
yeah.
way of
I was
showing
gonna say,
why it would happen.
I was just gonna say it's ironic that Ty is pro-war and he's talking about Twitter beef and that,
I'm
like,
not
fucking.
pro-war. Obviously, I don't want
Start
to fucking
playing
die and there's
until
a bunch of shit
January,
break out.
I mean,
I'm just saying
stuff-
it has to happen at some point.
Stuff like the Civil
Nothing
War,
would
that
get
was
done.
pointless. That solved nothing. But
The
World War
Civil
II,
War?
that mattered. World War
Civil
II was
War
like
abolished slavery. Abolished
Oh,
slavery.
what? I thought it was already in the process of being abolished in the first
Civil
place.
War.
No, the South wanted slavery, and
Yeah, the North. Yeah, but we went to war over
that's
it.
what we
I don't
learned in
know.
school.
That's the Civil War.
No, we didn't go to fucking war over just slavery. If you've been told that, it's wrong. There's other reasons.
Well, yeah, but
That's what they want us
Yo,
to
we
do.
should
That's
come
what
go
they
in the
want
same
slavery
headquarters. You join
Like
off me.
say Texas. What? Yeah, let's go to Texas. But say
Join me.
Texas wanted to leave the union. You know what I mean? Like say they wanted to leave.
Yeah,
us,
okay,
say they wanted to
I
leave the
remember
United
now, yeah.
States. Would
It's
we
been
let
2
them
years.
leave? Like even if they
It
had
depends, yeah.
everybody in Texas want to fucking leave? No, we wouldn't because we need them.
It's sort of a thing like
They're
where
a part of
a
us at this
bigger
point.
country says like, give us all your land and your resources, and the little country's like, no, we have allies, and fuck you. Like, yeah, it's that sort of thing. Did you guys join?
I guess so.
we're on the brink of a nuclear war at this point. I can't wait to see how this.
Dude, imagine,
Turns
like,
out-
what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Like, North Korea, fucking Donald Trump, and,
Donald Trump is not fit. Dude, he's a fucking child.
Rocket Man.
the
Rocket Man.
Like, come on, bro.
If he keeps talking about me like that, I'm gonna drop a huge nuke.
huge. You meant huge.
Like, he is.
Ty, get over here.
He wants war, bro. He wants it.
I don't think
Jay,
he
join
wants it. I think people. I mean, he's obviously he's not
He cares too much
super,
about his
like-
image to be here. Just sit down. We're gonna get in a little circle. Jay,
That's
join.
what that's like
We
what he
could
did
just
with
go to
the
the one we
Ball
want,
family.
Nah, because then we gotta
I
focus
know,
on it.
We're doing a podcast right now.
Well, this is gay.
It's the point of it.
Okay, let me hold
Wait-
on.
Let's
wait
go to
till
the-
we
let's
start-
go to the ones we want.
wait-
We can-
wait till we
can play
start-
while we want.
Wait till we start talking about
play while we
your
talk.
your antics, Jay. Wait till we
Oh,
get into
no.
that. You're gonna get
Let's wait for that
topic.
roasted
Let's wait
by
for
the
that
chat.
topic.
We got 10 people
can't-
watching right now.
I can't.
They're all
I can't do
listening.
that.
Whoa!
Not like 5.
No, we're not talking about that, dude. I'm kidding.
Oh, I was
Okay,
gonna
no, I'm
say.
kidding. I'm kidding. No. I feel like that's
Man, you're actually
an
making me
amazing
sweat.
topic.
All right, next time. You want to
You
talk
know
about
what the
something?
fuck?
All right, let's talk about terrorism. Some big incident just happened.
Can I go pee while you guys start on
Yeah,
that?
let's do it.
My bladder is gonna explode.
All right, sure. Go ahead. All right. Well. Okay. So do you want to start it, Kyle?
Yeah. You don't have to like ask for
Okay.
permission. It's just like
No. I mean, like, do you want to start without him?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what recently just happened, in case you idiots in the chat don't know anything about anything, 235 people dead in mosque attack, and the Egyptian president vows to
What
respond
happened
with brute
last
force.
week, too?
What did happen last week?
What happened last week too? And like 60 people died. I think.
Oh, that same thing happened last week?
There's another terrorist attack at a mosque.
I don't know. I haven't
Like
heard
60
about any other
people
one.
died.
There's honestly so
Because
many that I
we were
can't even
talking
keep
about it in the
count.
chat. Obviously, Dan brought it up. You said we shouldn't let these guys in.
Oh yeah,
Which
I saw
personally, at
that
this
and then I
point, no,
like left the
agree.
chat.
I really agree with it. Like I know people are all for like.
Like you're saying,
can't
like
just,
like
we
don't
can't
allow Muslims
exclude
in.
an entire group of people because of these crazy few. But I disagree. I feel like American
Alright.
citizens' lives should be held over other refugees' lives. Like I understand that it's not a good thing, but we need to think about the
Refugees is a
American
different
citizen.
topic.
And if they're willing to kill their own, like I understand there's like 3 types of
Start
Muslims and they go at each
playing
other, but if they're willing to kill their own, I just think that's ridiculous. Like, do you see, let's see, like evangelical Christians, Catholic Christians, and like Protestants? Do we see them shooting each other up in different churches, like each other's churches? No, we don't.
No.
Like they're just crazy. I just think they're crazy. They shouldn't be allowed in because they can do the same thing they've been doing in Europe, just running people over with freaking trucks if they can't get their hands on guns. And they did it in New York, didn't they? They did
It's
it
a
in New York.
touchy
Yeah, there was a
subject.
protest.
Like it already had. I understand it's touchy and people will disagree with me and not like that. I just think it's
Nah, yeah.
it's not fair to be in fear of dying to some terrorist. Like by letting all these people in. Like we let 10,000 in, I think, right? In we let 10,000 in?
I don't
Or did we
know.
stop that?
You mean
because-
refugees?
Yeah.
I thought we stopped that shit, yeah.
I think we
That's
might
what...
have. I'm glad
I know
we did,
before
honestly.
that, though,
like,
but...
the shit that's going on, like, what do you guys think about it? Because I think with this shit that's been going on, so many people dying in these terrorist attacks, I don't think they should be allowed in. Like, few need to... I mean, I understand we could be saving 10,000 lives. Like, say we let those refugees in.
But we could also be
but
ending
a couple
10,000
of
more.
bad apples spoils the bunch. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean,
If,
yeah.
if even a few are willing to kill hundreds of American citizens, we can't let those, what, like, say 10,997 in. Or,
I don't know.
Sorry,
This is a topic I'm not...
9,997 in.
You're like...
If 3 of those people are willing to kill hundreds of American citizens, we shouldn't let them in. I just don't think risking that many lives to save that many lives is worth, like, I just don't think it's worth it.
It's a slippery slope
that's what
to
I
me.
said. It's like, you're saving 10,000, but sure, you can also be risking 10,000 more lives.
I mean...
Yeah.
So,
Like, I get that. Like,
just
if there
think-
was one life to send, like, save 10,000, potentially I'd be, like, okay with it. But, like, even so, we letting people in, like, our ancestors were immigrants. Like, they were immigrated, they had no problems, they made a life for themselves, they made a family. Some of these people, obviously they want to do the same thing, and people's argument is that we should let them, and I agree, but the thing is, if some of these people are let in, and they do these bad things, like kill, like run down New York with a freaking truck, and kill like 20 citizens, American citizens, that spoils it. That should not be able to happen.
Yeah.
I just...
At some
I don't
point there
know.
should be accountability, is what you're
American citizens' lives should
saying.
be put over others. It just, that's how it is.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I just, like, my thing is, like, first of all, how do you determine whether someone's
You can, and that's why you don't risk it. Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's bad. I thought you were
well,
gonna say
that
it's
too, it's the same thing.
You can't.
You can't
it's a risk.
determine,
Yeah, the
you're
background
simply
checks
just
are
gonna...
bullshit. Like, they can't determine.
So
Yeah, like you're
what's
saying,
gonna
they
come
can't
of this is you're just gonna
It's
not
it's
allow
yes
people...
Or no.
You're basically just
All
gonna...
or none.
You're either gonna... Yeah, like that. But, like, what I'm saying is, you can't just... Background check doesn't work like that. Like, you're just gonna look at someone, see, okay, they have a beard and they have a towel on their head and whatever, so they're not allowed. When that person could
Well, we're
speak
not gonna kick
perfectly
them out if
English.
they're already here, but they just shouldn't be allowed in anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my point is, like,
I know that sounds
are you
really
just...
like harsh. It sounds harsh, but it's just what has to happen right now.
Yeah. But then, like, another question I would have is, like, where do you draw the line for, like, let's say, like, fucking Asians all of a sudden get in this craze of killing people? Like, when do you draw the line for them and say, okay, now Asians are not allowed in the country?
If Chinese people started a mass cult and started suicide bombing and killing people, I'd say, yeah, don't let the Chinese in.
Does it have to be a
the
mass
same
cult?
Situation.
What?
Does it have to be a mass cult, or can it just be people based off their race? Like...
Well, not off their race.
It's like
It's off
mass
their
cult.
religion. People who live in the Middle East aren't all fucking Muslims. And that's the thing, some Christians that live there, they literally just get fucking beheaded for being Christian. And some for being American. So, like, if they're willing to kill us for being in their country, if they're in our country, what do you think they're gonna do?
That's a good point too. Like, they behead
go and
women
kill as
for
many Muslims as they can.
not showing. Yeah, they behead women for
They
like
stone
showing
gay
their
people, too.
nose. Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
gay people are like saying how America is so shit and all this. Like, go to another country and get fucking stoned. Like, who gives a shit?
the
Like,
stand.
you're gonna complain about us giving you all these rights. You're having the rights of everybody, and now you have the ability to marry, which is supposed to be between a man and a woman. So,
Like the
but
common like liberal
you have the
thing.
ability to do this.
The common like liberal thing, and I know this from going to college, is that like they'll say America's not good for these
They feel
reasons.
entitled.
Yeah, that, and like their thing is like Northern European countries and like Germany and shit. Those countries they think are like better than America. and like
Yeah.
Norway and
Which is
shit.
not true.
Which is, I mean, you can argue it. I mean,
And this,
I don't know.
In this, let's talk
Education's
about this
better
while we're at
there,
it,
though.
since we're talking
That's
about
for sure.
liberals and shit. There's such a mass like divide between people in the United States, and I feel like
Bro,
it's really ruining
it pisses
patriotism.
me off, dude. It's
So bad. It's more about who's liberal and who's conservative, who's liberal, rather than who's an American. Like, we're all American. We should be for the common good. We shouldn't be coming at each other's necks because of what we believe. Like, we should be able to do it civilly and not fucking go out beating people for being Trump supporters. Like, he's our president. Get over it. It's like,
to me,
ridiculous.
it's what it's become. Politics in America has become like the fucking Dolphins versus the Eagles, Republicans versus Democrats. It's not a disagreement in ideology. It's a disagreement in, the Dolphins are just better than the Eagles. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, it's just stupid. And
I don't know.
no, I completely think so.
People are just so
Okay, let me give you an
thick-skulled
example.
myself. I'm hard-headed. Like, people are way more hard-headed than me, and they're running around not accepting other people's ideas. They're like, well, you're different. Your idea is different from mine. Fuck you.
I'll give you an example. Okay, what does abortion have in common with border control? Nothing, right? Nothing. They don't have
I mean, if you
anything
dug
in
deep, you
common.
could probably find something.
I
No,
see
but
what you mean, Kyle. Like,
I'm
if
playing
they
on this
agree with
phase.
one topic, like say we agree, say conservatives all agree, or not
Border
even
control.
Let's just say, yeah, border control. Like, that's more of a conservative thing to say,
Yeah.
that we shouldn't let them.
We should control it
illegally, or we should,
more
like, kick them
than,
out.
yeah. And
Yeah.
liberals are like open
Yeah, I see what you
borders, we're all equal. And then for abortion, like, you guys see my point. It's like they're completely
Yeah, like, if
unrelated
you have an
topics.
idea-
It's
Yeah,
not a
but, like, if
it's
you-
not a
But
disagreement in
if you
ideology.
If you agree with conservative ideology on border control, you might be like, well, I'm conservative. I now agree that abortion should be banned. You know
Which
what I- is that what
which
you're trying to say?
proves that proves my point that each individual topic isn't looked at as an individual topic that you study
It's
and
like a
learn.
broadened-
It's
Yeah.
it's a huge spectrum of I'm joining this team, so I'm a fan of this topic, and I'm a fan of choosing sides like this. And that is what it causes, in my opinion, is people that don't know what they're talking about just getting mad and, causing riots and, like,
And
punching people in the
Another
face.
thing, the media
speaking
is
of
just fucked. They literally make it
Twist
worse.
everything.
Yeah, they lie about so much. They give only one-sided arguments, which is like how they get more views. But like, people will just only watch CNN or only watch Fox News, and
Oh, that pisses
they'll just
me
be
off.
almost brainwashed. They won't broaden their own horizons and look at other things, look at other ideas.
If you
They're
can't-
stuck on this is right, this is wrong. I can't
They're just-
compromise. I can't think
Yeah.
of other ways.
I don't even watch the news. I just, like,
I don't either.
in my
It is the
opinion, like,
worst thing, bro.
And a lot of it's like
So
it
depressing.
really is just propaganda. It's just
Yeah,
like,
I was thinking, it's like
this is
fucking
my
World War II
idea.
Hitler.
I'm gonna tell you all about it and exaggerate all this shit so that you believe me.
and this kind of sounds stupid, but, like, my thought is, like, I'd rather go on Twitter for news and, like, current events, because that's, like, real citizens and real,
That's
just
real
normal
people
people.
yeah.
Yeah, and, like, the Fox News
not
or,
just
like,
You can see
CNN.
more ideas about it. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Like, more
It's
sides?
not
It's
even
not
that.
just
It's just
one clear-cut
it's-
side. You can see opinions and stuff and how people react to
bias-
certain things.
that, and the bias isn't obvious. It's like you can go on someone's Twitter page and it'll say I'm a liberal or whatever, but most people just say, like, this just happened, like 200 people just died in a mosque or whatever, and that's all you need to know. You don't need to know Fox News' spin on it and how they're going to change the topic into, why we should kill all Muslims or whatever. Like, that's my point. It's just more of a pure news outlet, just like social media and that stuff. Even though they still, like, CNN and all that shit, they have, like, Twitter accounts and do fake news in that way, but I'm just talking about, like, normal people.
Can we move to a different location? The general above us keeps talking to himself.
I mean, people are talking everywhere.
Let's just do the
Really?
ones we want pit. Can we do the ones we want pit while we talk? Just like have some
I can't focus like that. I have
Nah,
ADD,
yeah.
self-diagnosed, not real.
Quick shout out to Toxic, aka Riggum, aka
Rickum.
aka the NFL superstar,
AKA Don.
Russell Wilson. Dre, you can join the podcast if you want to hop on your console. You will always have a
He
seat.
poured milk all over.
That's another topic for another day.
We should definitely try to get like Dope or Avi on one of these.
Dope would be a good one because we can talk about how our team fucked up.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
That would be juicy.
Oh, I have some things to say about that. No,
Wait,
I'm
you got
kidding.
some things to
I'm
call.
kidding, I'm
Talking
kidding,
about
I'm kidding, I'm
politics,
kidding.
Do we want to move away from politics or keep going on?
I don't care. It's up to you guys.
Talking about those topics.
Well, what
Do you
else do
wanna
we have to
talk
talk
Like
about?
you were talking about, do you want to talk about gun control?
WHT about me, man.
And like how people are using these tragedies to like.
No one said your
Defend
name wasted
me.
dirt. Just go back to shaving your head, please. Well, I'm joking.
David.
No, David.
Does anybody
no.
have anything that we want to talk about, like in the chat, or do we want to like go through the topics we still have too?
Wasted
We
dirt.
still have a few things.
Mr. I Toxic
dude.
Slays. Was there a topic you would like to hear us talk about?
We can talk about let's just ask them first.
Oh, wait,
If they
this
don't
might be
have
a good
any
time
ideas,
to-
we can just talk about gun control.
Ty, this would probably be a good time to talk about
Jay's
we
addiction.
no that we dropped Waste.
Oh yeah.
You dropped waste?
Yeah, sorry, Waste. No, I'm joking.
I feel like you're joking, yeah.
Ways to fight for a code.
Why should Waste be tweeting out right now like he's a free agent because he
Free
exited
agent
out?
'cause fags. 14 Buddhist.
Alright.
Just kidding, bald.
Space and exploration.
Anyways, what did you say? Gun control?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people should be allowed to have guns if there's like.
I feel like we're all gonna
If
agree
you
on
have
this one.
if you have like any kind of criminal record, even if it's like, as long as it's not something too big, like if you fucking, I don't know, I can't think of anything small.
There's a fine line. It's either all guns or no guns. You can't
Yeah,
be
I feel
saying
like-
If you've committed a crime, you can't have. That's how it
yeah.
Yeah.
is. You can't have.
But in my opinion,
I
though,
don't-
there should be a much stricter system where if you have some sort of mental illness, not like ADD or like depression, because like those things are way too common. But like I'm talking like if you have,
Wait, that's not already a thing.
Psychosis.
I don't. I didn't know that was
That's
an
not
actual
already a
disease.
thing. Like if you have something like a mental disability or like.
I don't know
something
what the case
Like
is, but
bipolar? You mean like bipolar?
bipolar should. Yeah, you should not. Bipolar, Alzheimer's, like that sort of shit. Like
Yeah, because you could
can't
like
have a gun.
fucking pour
Yeah,
soggy
I
milk
don't
in your
know.
cereal, then
The
want
only
to
thing is
fucking
though-
kill 30 people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really how. That's not how bipolar works, but like.
No, that's Alzheimer's.
I thought you were
but,
just
like,
prone to get really mad, like really
No.
easily.
It's not just mad, but it can be.
Sorry about the burp, by the
It's
way.
it's like you can be.
Again.
You have really like highs, but then your lows are can be extremely low.
Oh yeah, you
Like
can like.
you
It's
don't
like-
want
I know,
to get
like-
out of bed at all. Like you
Yeah.
just won't move. You don't want to talk to anybody. You want to. You basically want to be a vegetable. Like you. Just
Maybe
can't
I'm
stand
bipolar.
life.
I feel like being a vegetable would be
You're
pretty
definitely
fucking cool.
not bipolar. It would be
You're not
much more obvious, you fucking idiot. No, but
I'm gonna
yeah,
diagnose
but I don't
myself
know.
with
I
some
don't know what the
random shit.
laws already are for that, because I feel like that would already be a thing where like if
That
you have
should
fucking,
be a thing,
if you already
yeah.
have Alzheimer's, like you can go and buy a shotgun. Like I doubt that's the case. Doubt that's the case.
No, but dementia too. Like you say you're like a.
Dolphins are better than the Eagles.
You're a veteran.
My grandma's
like
got
from
that.
an actual
Yes.
war, and you have that, or like PTSD or something, like should you be able to get a gun? Like, could you go into like some psychotic
like
state?
veterans-
And be, like, think you're in, like you're back in the war. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel like veterans should be, because they've already dealt with it. I feel like they're smart
Yeah, but
enough
that-
to know, like,
that's-
I don't think
You
anything
don't,
would, like, PTSD.
some
matter if you're
veterans get
smart, it
fucked
doesn't
up.
matter if you're
Some
smart
veterans
enough.
get
You get
really bad
fucked.
PTSD.
They have,
PTSD, you should
Yeah.
not have a fucking gun. That's,
Okay.
I mean, it depends on
Yeah, like-
that's the thing too, with PTSD, there's a, like, big spectrum of how bad you can have PTSD, so that's it's really, like, mental illness is a really difficult topic, because, like I said, with fucking PTSD, there's a huge spectrum of, like,
What is
every single
PTSD?
disease.
That's like I know like an example would be like I know what it is, like post yeah I know that, but,
Post-traumatic
like,
stress disorder.
an example of it would be like somebody coming from the war, like coming back, like after dealing with all those explosions, they go to a 4th of July party, fireworks go off,
Yeah.
and they have like, what does it do? Do they just like start
think
freaking out? That's it, or
I think they have
Like their
seizures.
memories can come back of like feeling like they're almost in the moment of when it happened.
I'm pretty sure you can have seizures though from it. Like that's
Okay.
a
Really?
potential. Yeah. I'm gonna Google that because I don't want to sound like a fucking.
I know, like I know
Yes.
I mean, if
examples
you're
of that
so,
shit, but I don't know the
stress
like
can
what it
cause,
actually
I'm
makes
pretty
you
sure
do.
stress could cause seizures, so you're not wrong. Post-traumatic stress disorder, right?
A disorder characterized by failure to recover after experiencing or witnessing a terrible event. Symptoms: nightmares, flashbacks, avoidance of situations that may bring back. Okay, it doesn't say anything about.
Just look up
Seizures.
look up if great stress can cause seizures, because I think it might be able to.
Speaking of nightmares, just off.
I don't think that's true.
Just something to bring up. Have you guys heard about that thing they're making in Japan where
No,
you
you
can
can't.
like hook yourself up? Not I don't know what it is.
And
It's
like
a
watch
headset
your
or something.
dreams.
Yeah, dude, that
That's
sounds
not-
so fucking cool.
That's so awesome.
That's
Is
so
that
I think
cool.
that's bullshit.
You think so?
That was a fact Twitter thing.
No, because I literally this summer took a psychology class, and you would think that would be like groundbreaking, and my fucking professor would know about that. But when
I
we
swear,
discussed
It
that,
was you know the fact.
they could be okay. They could be working on it, but there's no way
Yeah, they
it's
said
like.
they were working on it.
Yeah,
You know how
that's
I
different
said-
from.
You know how we
Yeah,
were
that's
talking
different.
about the fact account on Twitter.
That shit's all bullshit. I don't believe that's.
Yeah,
real.
I think
That's
that
what
account
tweeted-
is
no,
like.
that's what tweeted
Yeah,
it
and
out.
waste.
That's
If you're
what-
still in
that's
the,
where
if you're
I
still
did
in this waste, stop retweeting fact stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I turned off
They're
this
not-
retweet. I turned
they're
off
not
this fucking
facts.
retweet. Yeah, they're really not. It's a bunch of fucking shit that
Talk
makes
about
you
sports,
think they're
damn it.
facts.
Dre wants us to talk
Some
about
of it is
sports,
true, but it's
and
not
Waste wants us to talk
sports.
about space exploration and gun control. Is
We already talked about space earlier.
space. No, we didn't talk about space exploration. We talked about.
Oh, we talked
the
about
fucking moon
extraterrestrial
landings.
life. Okay.
I mean, Waste is talking about
Talked
like.
about conspiracies.
I think what
Yeah.
Waste is talking about, like Elon Musk putting
Different
us on the
planets and
moon. I mean, Mars. That shit's crazy. Elon Musk is a John.
A
That guy's
What?
just a beast.
A John talks? Oh, okay.
Did you see the
By the
clip?
way, Area 5
HHH,
won fake for
his
moon landing.
podcast. They like with Post Malone.
Lying
They showed it.
Yeah.
It was like him with his
With his wife.
That, like,
Oh, that was
really
so
awkward
embarrassing.
clip.
I feel so bad,
Oh
dude.
my god.
He dumped her,
That was
by the
awful.
way. Thank
Yeah.
God,
Wait.
dude. That he married. So this is what happened. Elon Musk was like in an interview with some like local news, and I forgot exactly what was happening, but like the wife was like just sitting there, and she said something like, she was like, oh, this is what she said. She was like, you know, when I saw the kids. Yeah, when I saw the kids and his family, I fantasized about just leaving and going away. And then Elon was like, you really thought that? And then she was like, no, I'm joking. And like,
It was such
And-
a bad, like, no,
yeah,
I'm joking. Like, it
and
was
no,
very...
the sad part was that Elon like
so ugly.
thought she was dead ass. And he was like, really?
Yeah.
And then she was like, no.
Because she seemed dead ass. And then when she, like, her reaction to, like, when he said
More
that
faggot.
was very, like, sketchy.
It
was
was-
definitely, like,
yeah.
she was 100% thinking about
You
it.
you could tell a lot by that, because you can tell that like in their
Yeah.
relationship like
She wore the pants.
She was distant.
that or like she's just
I
mean
am
to
a
him.
Yeah.
So space
Seems like a-
exploration. You guys
Yeah,
know
we're like
anything
a beta,
about?
such as-
Seems like a beta male.
You guys know anything about like
Cutie.
SpaceX and like going to Mars and stuff? You guys know
I
any
have
about
no
it?
idea.
No idea.
Heard
I don't
that
know much
we're-
about it. I just hear about like.
We're starting to make progress.
I heard
Yeah.
in 2018 they're supposed to do something. Am I wrong about
Well,
that?
what was that? A New Earth? What is that called again? The New Earth?
The
Are
only
you
thing
talking
that's, like,
about
New
a
Earth is-
similar?
the
You're talking
only
about a
thing
similar
that's like
planet
our-
to
the
Earth
only
that's like
planet-
light years away?
Yeah, it's
It was like it had
There's a
name.
lot of
at
those.
least
Yeah, there's a lot of
two,
those.
like 1,000 or like something light years away.
There's there's
Then it is
multiple.
Benadai traveling to Mars.
Here, I'm gonna Google it, but there's multiple
what's
planets
up?
like light years away. Planets. similar to
Very, like,
Earth.
very far
They
away.
they look
I think the
extremely
closest one's,
similar
like,
to Earth.
8,000 light years away.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're so far away that. Okay, there's one called Gliese.
Why is the host migrating? Kyle, what did you do?
I didn't do shit.
You aborted the host.
I didn't do anything. Yeah, but if you Google GLEI
Alright. Jay, I'm closing app. Join up on me.
SE832c, that's one of the planets you guys are talking about. It's not similar to Earth, but it's like it's got land, it's got clouds, it's got water.
Is it a similar distance to the sun?
That's
That's one of the factors, I believe.
yeah. That's like the one of the
Well, the main thing is if there's oxygen. That's like the number one thing if you can live on that planet. The heat and that stuff, you can control that. Like the thing with Elon Musk and going to Mars is he said like the biggest thing is he has to heat up that planet. And so he said like the short-term solution would be to nuke the North Pole and the South Pole to like warm it up.
For what? To warm up the planet?
Yeah, to make it terraform.
That's really fucking smart.
Yeah, the dude's a
That's
genius.
gotta- Yeah.
That's
But,
like
I
Wait,
mean,
how?
one of the
I don't
things.
understand that. What is he plan to do by
The,
doing that?
like that would
It'll warm up the planet.
it just heat it up. Yeah, it's not really.
Why would we? Is that if it's like too far away?
If it's like too cold there. But what would they do if it's too hot there? That's. What would they do if it's
He
like,
would
too
figure
close to
something
sun?
out.
What would
He
the
would
fuck
figure
is he gonna
something
do?
out. I don't know. I mean,
He's gonna antifreeze
yeah,
the North
it
and
would be
South
easier
Pole.
to heat something up than make it cold.
Yeah. But no, dude, like that's crazy to think that we not in anywhere near close to the future, but like later down the road, we could be living on multiple planets. That's crazy.
That's what Elon Musk is trying to do. Listen, man.
How old is he?
He's like in his 40s or 50s. Listen, if
He won't
I'll
live
go
to
to
see
Mars with Elon. If he's on that thing, I'll be the first.
He
I'll
knows
be the
what he's
first.
doing.
I'll be in the driver's seat. Global warming?
Global warming?
Yeah, like what do you think? I mean, obviously.
We got a dislike? Are you kidding me? That's Kirk. Confirmed. I don't even. I just saw him in the chat. I know it's him. Yeah, nice try, Kirk.
It has the V.
Alright, so no, but for real. Global warming. Do you think it's like mostly human?
Yes.
Humans?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not
Do you
even.
also think it's part of the Earth's cycle to heat up like this?
That would probably be like 10% of the
Yeah, I was about to say it's
causation.
90% human, 10%.
I agree. We're definitely
Natural.
expediting.
I mean, just think of it like. Dude, just like.
What will happen though? Like, what do you think? Do you think it'll be
Flooded.
Do you think the ozone layer will get like completely depleted and then it will all die from
That's
solar
possible.
radiation? Or do you think it's just gonna be like there's gonna be an ice age before that can happen?
The more logical, like. The more, like, likely thing to happen would be all, like, Antarctica becomes fucking water, and that water makes tsunamis, and Florida's dead, and California's,
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
dead.
Florida's fucked.
You have to
Yeah.
travel up here to PA.
I mean, the thing is, too, like, they were like my dad said, liberals were saying that
Safest place will
in
be
the fucking.
fucking Colorado in the mountain.
Kansas.
I'm down. Or better
I'll
yet,
live in a fucking mountain.
Mars.
Elon Musk. He knows how to dodge her tsunamis.
I'll be his janitor in Mars. I don't care if I get minimum
I mean, hell,
wage.
I mean, shit. To go see a new planet and shit, I'd do anything. That's so fucking cool.
That's one of the things. I was watching a documentary last
I would
night.
feel like claustrophobic, honestly. Like,
Oh no, it'd be
being
overwhelming
Oh,
as
dude,
fuck.
you'd be throwing
It'd be
up every
overwhelming
minute.
as fuck.
Oh, you'd be throwing
Like,
up every minute. It'd be awful, but it'd be great too.
Even like, oh god, bro.
It's just like
Leaving
you're
the
the first
planet
human
Earth,
to
bro,
do it.
like, just imagine doing that, like, your first time.
Do you guys
like,
want to
imagine
skydive
having
one
a
day?
Does it have a greater gravity, or is it like 80%?
I'm trying to skydive.
Gravity? I forget. It's something like that. It's
I don't
80%
know.
more, 80% less of Earth's gravity. Mars.
I know.
I have no idea.
Wait.
So I think because of that gravity, you'd actually shrink.
Wait, less gravity means
Wait.
you elongate. You get longer.
More you'd shrink. That's what I'm saying. I think it's 80%
That means
more. I
that means there's more gravity. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
more
would be
gravity
crazy.
means you'd shrink.
Imagine if we had like life, like people go to Mars and they make life and they continue human race, and people do that on the moon too.
They'd be a stronger species.
It would be crazy.
Oh, yeah,
Imagine, and they
they'd be
compare.
They'd be a
superhuman.
stronger species.
What do you
That-
mean Mars? Mars would be
Okay, Jay,
compared
I
to
know
moon?
this is nerdy and this brings us on the Dragon Ball Z.
No.
No,
I'm
no,
I'll
not
end
talking,
it.
no, I'm
I'll
not
end
talking
it.
about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just
He's
saying,
mad. Listen to
it
him.
relates to the fact if we had like stronger gravity, when you come back to Earth, would we be like stronger? Humans?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, we'd be superhumans, yeah.
Would we be fat? Would we be like faster too? Would we be able to run way faster? Would
I
we
don't know.
be
I don't know
able
about
to
fast. I just know you'd be
faster?
stronger. I don't
You'd
know.
also be shorter.
Yeah, I don't think speed would.
But you gotta think
I don't
too,
know.
Yeah,
though.
but your speed,
at
but
what
like
point-
on Mars, if you adapted and became like able to run at your normal speed, like 'cause you'd adapt to the gravity, would you come back to Earth and you just
Okay, hold on.
faster?
Okay, now, okay, let me take this into a different question. How is Usain Bolt faster than other people? What does he do, or
Genetics.
how is he faster? Genetics? Okay.
That's like 50%
So
of it.
is there anything? Is there
he has
any?
height, so he has longer strides, but also
Is-
there's the fact that a lot of shorter people are faster.
They're faster, but they don't take
look
as
at the
big a
guys-
step. But how do you become faster? Can you become faster other than like becoming
You
more
work your
fit,
ass off.
realistically?
Of course you can get faster.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I guess we would have to
100%.
do,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Musculature
You're not just
in your, like,
born-
legs and
Yeah.
around your body. I feel like they would.
There's a lot of work
Yeah,
that goes into it.
Having that gravity, and
Yeah,
them being
okay,
stronger, I feel like that would definitely contribute to you being
Give
able
them
to
a
be faster,
bigger boost.
stronger,
Yeah.
all
I see
that.
what you're saying. Yeah.
That's why I was saying it was like Dragon Ball Z, because that's a topic in.
How was that like Dragon Ball Z? You know what? Never mind.
Because,
Next
Yeah, 'cause
topic.
now I'm gonna talk about it.
Next topic. Pod.
Sure. Third game mode?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gridiron taken out of the fucking game. No
I
questions.
personally
Prisoner of the moment?
Dude,
Gridiron
don't tell me
is
you switch.
not- No. I want CTF. Listen, I want CTF. But what I was gonna say is, Gridiron's like I thought it was pretty fun, to be honest.
Dude,
Oh,
you
it's a
guys...
fun game mode, but I don't-
I just
I
think
don't-
CTF spawns and is just like
They're
so
atrocious.
They're
Oh,
better.
well,
No, they're
well,
better.
They're way better
but
than
they're,
Gridiron
neither
and
of them are good.
CTF.
Way better for CTF.
Neither of them are good.
Gridiron, dude, Gridiron, you can make someone
looks
spawn,
good.
like, for St. Marie Gridiron, you can make someone spawn A side, like at the A mark, you grab all, you can literally run straight through their middle building and get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, LG is good.
Yeah, I know. But
Second
also,
best team.
let me bring up CTF spawns in like the best way I can, like off the top of my head. Earlier when we were playing on Flag Tower, on Flag Tower, listen. We were pulling the flag, right? We pulled the flag up to your your circle gun, and we killed 2 of you, and then somebody spawned up and killed our 2 people in the back. So it was me flanking. I killed that guy.
Envy
3 of you spawned up right in front of me, like the left side, like right in front of flag. I started to pull, and you were already mantling up to the circle. You know? Do you remember what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah,
Probably,
no, because I
Dre,
spawned there
probably.
while you had people on our right side of spawn, or in our spawn. So
Nah,
I
this
spawned
is-
there, I killed one of you left side, and then other people just spawned up on me. But I mean, I
The
don't
issue
know.
with CTF is if you get 4 down mid map, okay, if you get 4 down mid map, the guys don't, and then let's say you get 4 down mid map, and then you push right side before they spawn up, they're still gonna spawn behind
On their
their
flag.
fucking flag. That's bad, because then you need to get 4 down twice to get a flagpole.
That's true, yeah.
The reason
I
why
don't like that.
the reason why that, like, I just hate that. I'd rather play Gridiron. At least right
That's how
now.
it is on
Fun. No,
Gridiron
listen.
2. That's how it is on Gridiron 2.
Gridiron's a fun game
Yeah, but
mode
you
for
could
like
get
a
a
pub, but I
one.
don't think it works in comp. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't
I
feel
think
like
it's a
COD,
more-
if that makes sense.
I think it's a more. I think it feels like odd. I think it feels like Uplink and IW. I think it's
No,
more friendly for the viewer.
Interceptions are so easy. Like you were saying, it's where you can do a throw, but it's so easy to pick the ball off.
I
You
like
just
it.
walk around.
I like low scoring games more in
Hold
Gridiron
on.
than low scoring
Hold on.
games in CTF though. That's what I'll say.
Speaking of Gridiron and intercepting the ball, when are we playing our next game of football? Because that shit was so
That's-
fun.
But
when we
listen,
weren't being
I'll
retarded.
do
I
that,
don't
but I gotta
know.
be the
I
ref.
thought it was alright.
No,
I
we
don't
need a
like it.
like an actual ref.
No, it
'cause-
would have been fun if we didn't have idiots the whole time. That's the
No,
thing. Like,
everyone's an idiot. Everyone's an idiot, dude.
everybody.
Everybody.
Even
I gotta be the
what's
ref.
his name? What's his name?
Calder?
The one going to Mars. I forgot his name. Even he's an idiot.
No, everyone in
Elon
this
Musk,
group
even
is an
he's
idiot. Nah. If he plays COD, he would literally shit on me, and I'd love it. No, I'd be a ref. I gotta be a ref, cause I can't deal with you guys.
No, you gotta be the star quarterback.
Dude, I'm a nasty QB. Gas
I'm
me
kidding.
up.
You fucking suck. Yeah, you
No,
fucking suck.
we won. Excuse me? I made the
Jay, no,
plays.
you can't talk either though, Jay. The first
No,
time
I
you were
suck.
QB, I picked the ball up.
Yeah, I
And then
know.
there was, like, a
I
pick six, I think.
I played QB. No, nobody picked 6. I know that.
Really? I feel like
No, it's too.
no,
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 Calder
but-
did. Calder did.
You did?
On me, yeah.
IMG.
Where we stopped
Oh
them
yeah, right
before.
at the end. Yeah, in overtime. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I think it did
Sign
happen
me up,
actually.
coach.
Dre wants us to talk about football so bad. Dre,
Well, what
if
do we
you
have to say
join, we
about
can
football?
talk about football. If you join,
Steelers are
we can
eight-
talk
no,
about
we
it.
can-
Oh, Dre does.
Yeah,
Dre- oh, okay, never mind. He gets a special place.
yeah.
No, dude.
Alright.
Steelers are 8 and
We'll talk
2.
about football. My
Eagles are
team's
9
better
and
than
1.
yours. End of
What
story.
else do we have to say?
My team's better than yours. End of story. Super Bowl champs.
Steelers, Eagles, Super Bowl. What else?
I would like
There's
to
nothing
see
more
a
to say.
PA only Super Bowl. I would enjoy that.
I would be
That'd
down.
awesome. Yeah.
The
Too
Patriots
bad
will
the
still
Panthers are
fuck you
gonna
guys
knock you out
over.
of the playoffs. And the Pats are gonna knock us out of playoffs as well.
Yeah.
Panthers have
you-
been playing worse than they were in the beginning of the season, and we beat them when they were doing really well.
I
The
know.
Browns are the best team.
Pisses me off that the 2 teams we lost to are fucking ass.
Shitty.
Actually,
Yeah.
well, Jaguars actually aren't that bad to be
You're
honest.
lucky though. You're lucky though. You
Blake
beat the
Bortles,
Chiefs
man,
right when
99
they fell
overall.
off.
Yeah, the Chiefs got they lost to the Giants, right?
Yeah.
They lost to them in
They did.
overtime. Giants are 1 and 8. Yeah, they're 2 and 8
Yeah,
now.
they
I think.
did.
Oh
Mhm.
God.
Yeah. They don't have.
When did
Giants
this
don't have
happen?
anybody. It was the last game they played last week. And
God.
Jags
Oh,
got
what
the
happened
best
with the
defense.
Redskins?
Yeah, they do, Dre.
Redskins Giants game yesterday.
I
think it was
didn't.
Redskins.
The
I didn't
Redskins.
watch it.
The
No,
Redskins won an OT.
All I
believe.
know is Cowboys got a beating, and I'm happy about it.
oh yeah, fuck the
Fuck
Cowboys,
the
bro.
Cowboys.
Easily the most overhyped team, dude. They are fucking ass. They don't have Ezekiel Elliott either, bro. They have
if
no
you're a
chance.
Cowboys fan around here, because there are some Cowboys fans around here,
You
if
get
you're a Cowboys
crucified.
fan,
You will get
fucking
crucified.
lynched.
Like, I fucking.
Like honestly, yeah, people will come at your neck if you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, my dad's from Philly
the thing
too.
is-
You fucking.
They're snooty
Cowboys
about it
lost
too.
twice in one
Cowboys
week,
fans
I
around here.
cannot
Yeah, they're the
Like,
worst
yeah, I'm a
fucking
Cowboys
fans,
fan,
bro.
and they fucking wear all their jerseys and shit. Like, nobody gives a shit that you're a Cowboys fan. Cowboys are fucking shit.
Dre, are you a Broncos fan? Like, what's going on? I like the
Dre's
Bronx.
a Giants fan, I thought.
No. He doesn't know what he
He's
wants.
a Giants fan, I thought.
No, he doesn't know what he wants. He's a Canadian Football League player.
Oh, let's talk
Who's the
about,
most-
or not let's talk about, but Dan, he's still a loyal Browns fan.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
no,
it.
they're gonna have a year. They're in the next fucking 20 years, bro. They're gonna touch
Nah, they're-
playoffs.
Oh my god.
I
They're
mean,
gonna
is that
touch
really?
playoffs.
Is that a crazy thing to say?
Dude,
In the
they
next
Yes,
20
that
years?
that
Their
is crazy for them to
coaches
touch playoffs.
suck. They,
So does
they
their fucking
still,
team.
They still think
Their best
they're
player's a
still not
defensive
trying to get a
tackle,
quarterback.
I think.
Dude, they're
No,
not
it's a
trading their
lineman,
first
Joe
pick.
Thomas.
They should really
Oh,
just
okay.
trade their first pick to get an insanely good quarterback.
They
And,
just
like,
need a
trade some of the
quarterback.
players. That's all they need.
Just
No,
fucking.
They have a good.
Who are their
Crowell.
receivers?
Isaiah
Oh,
Crowell is
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah,
running back.
yeah, yeah, he's a really
Their
good
team has
quarterback.
always
But who
had
are their
talent.
receivers?
It's just they fucking can't have a quarterback. They have me in there.
They have Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
He's fucking. He's somewhere doing drugs right
He
now.
peaked in college. Everybody was like, "Oh, dude, this guy's gonna be a
Dude,
beast." Gets drafted in the
5'9" isn't he
fucking
like
Browns.
5'9" or like 5'7"?
Yeah, he's like
I have
smaller
no
than you.
idea.
Like he's like my height.
That's
Fucking
crazy.
Midget.
But
Now I
one
can call
person
you
shorter
one.
than midget. Fucking.
He's actually my height though.
What else do
Can't
we have to
be
say
a
about football,
professional
though? Like-
quarterback at my height. That
I
just doesn't
mean,
work.
college
I'm
football's
5'6".
boring to me.
I
just
don't.
think
I don't watch college football. I never got into it.
it's kind of cool if you go
Trey,
to a
I'm
school.
sorry, you gotta grow. You gotta grow to be a quarterback.
Shut
Drink all that
up.
chocolate milk. Get
Shut
your
up, man.
calcium.
He actually is self-conscious about that. He'll fuck up his ego. He sent me a picture of like he sent me a picture. This was hilarious. He sent me a picture of you know that like what's it called? It shows his like weight, his height, and then it says if he's overweight or
Stats?
not. Yeah, it's like his stats.
IRL stats.
And it
Is
said
he overweight?
It said he's overweight.
He's muscular, but that's.
I
he's
love
not
that. That was so
actually
funny.
Wait, it depends. It's not his.
It's his BMI. That's what it was. His body mass
BMI.
index.
Body mass
Yeah,
What was his,
that's what I
what
was
was
thinking.
his fat percentage? Did it say?
I don't remember, but it said he
90%.
was overweight, and I started laughing. That's all I needed.
That's fucked up.
Fucking
I
fat
feel
ass
fat,
Trey.
like, I'm not trying to. I'm
does
not
he
trying to
know?
sound like a fucking snooty like bragger, but like I feel fat as
Shut
up.
I'm 12% body fat, and I feel
Shut
fat.
the
like,
fuck
as I-
up, dude.
I'm
You're
used
so
to being
annoying.
like 7%. I'm used to
Shut
being so
up.
fat.
Oh my
7%.
god.
I'm used to being ripped.
Beat your
Kyle.
dick
I'm
off to a
looking like
picture of
hot
yourself
dog.
Oh yeah.
already.
When Kirk
God.
put that one picture in chat, I remember you were playing volleyball, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, wait, isn't he supposed to have abs? I don't know how recent that picture was, but
Why did I not? No, I'm self-conscious.
no, I don't think you did.
Did I not have abs? Were you not
I think I did.
impressed?
If
I'm
not,
not
it's
gonna mention
definitely
that I
because
got
I
it.
was leaning over.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna-
just roots down.
I'm not gonna mention the fact that I got a chubby off of it. But no,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see abs.
We're not gonna mention the fact that you call it a chubby. That's the
Do you not?
funniest.
What do you call it? A bony?
Chubby. Since when? No, but since when does anyone call it a chubby?
I
It
heard
makes it
somebody say it in a YouTube video and I thought it was
Like-
hilarious, so I started
To
calling
make
it
it
that.
sound,
People
a chubby
say,
makes
like,
it sound like it's like
half-
no, no, no,
1
no.
inch.
People
Yeah.
will say like half chub or like full chub or something like that,
yeah.
but no one ever calls it a chubby. No one
Well,
has
I mean,
ever. I've never heard that.
I've heard it in a YouTube video and I started saying it. I think it's fucking hilarious. A
I think
chubby.
it's gross.
I think yeah, it's disgusting, but it's hilarious.
We can move on from this
It
topic.
sounds like a little kid.
Chubby, yeah, chubby sounds disgusting. It sounds like a. Never mind.
We can move on
Never
from
mind.
that.
Yeah, we
Chubby,
can.
chubby. Imagine I write down topics for the day. Chubby is one of the topics. Yeah. So on the
Talk
note of
about
chubby,
yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
all right, we're gonna end the stream right
No, I
there.
was gonna say wrestling. No, I'm just kidding. Okay,
No, I mean we can bring up the tooth gap if you want.
No, we're not bringing it up. I was joking. Not even a thing.
Yeah, there's really nothing to bring up. I mean, I have a tooth gap. What else? Should we save teaming?
Sound like a black. Alright, let's
Can
say.
you
since
whisper
we are talking
in my
about tooth
ear?
gap, You sound like a black man. And you have a
Oh,
tooth
yeah.
gap, but you're white.
Yeah. You sound black.
I
Take
mean,
that how you will.
Honestly, no. When I met you, Kyle, I thought you were white. I thought you were white. Like you just.
I thought you
Other
were
people
black
say
as
other
night.
people say you sound black. Yeah. I just think it's funny.
I mean, both of you are obviously white. If you want to know the truth.
No oh wow.
Obviously,
I couldn't tell.
What do I say?
Yeah,
Like
but
I
you-
sound fucking
no,
white as hell.
Yeah, especially when you. What's the word that you said earlier?
Oh, let's not.
You
let's,
like
oh.
the R's that you say like.
What?
Alright, moving on. That was.
Black man.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I thought he was gonna bring up
Like
the. I thought he was gonna bring
ERs
up
for you
the,
are like
the unspoken word.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was saying. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
let's not do that.
No, especially when Dre's watching now. Should we talk about
Dre's about to type in the chat right now.
should we talk about Justin's addiction?
To what?
Should we?
Marijuana?
No, to your body part.
To
Oh,
your-
the other one.
To your sausage.
My chub.
You're chubby.
Perfect timing, Theo. Welcome to the chat. We are discussing how Jay has a awful
You guys
addiction.
arrived.
An addiction that
Jay, would you like to explain to the audience?
I don't think it's right that I explain it. If I'm getting
Does
put
someone
under
else have
blast,
to?
I don't think I should put myself. Yeah, I think you should. In full
Ty, you want
detail.
to explain?
Nah, Kyle, you got this. You brought up the topic. You can.
Did I
finish
bring it
it.
up? I did bring it
Yeah,
up.
you did.
Yeah, you did.
There's no way to bring this
Alright.
up nonchalant. Jay
There
beats his
isn't.
meat
That's
3
why you're
times a
doing
day.
it.
We can phrase it.
How
no,
many?
We can just phrase it as like a question. Is it healthy?
Here. Yeah, okay.
Is it healthy?
Is it healthy for
someone
young
to jack off 3 times a day?
I mean,
Every
I don't
day.
think it's not healthy.
Obviously, because you do it.
See, this
It's
is
not,
my
No, I mean, I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's not healthy. You know what I mean? I
This
think
is
it's
my
just
argument.
Well,
And
everything has to be in moderation, I guess. Like, moderation is healthy.
yeah.
Overdoing
Yeah, I
something
could
like
go
that,
further. I'm moderating myself to 3 times.
Yeah, that's a fucking
Like, you have to
pothead
be able
argument.
to control your.
You might
I
cut
do.
off,
I
you
do
idiot.
when I'm bored. Yeah,
Yeah, but, like, just-
I mean, my thought is like, you mess up with your psyche if you do it that much.
I didn't understand what you meant by that. That didn't make sense to me.
How? Like, okay, if you watch porn 3 times the amount that I watch, or more for that matter, you are more, like, that messes with your head. Like, you're more numb to it. You're more, like, Ty, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I see where you're going.
Yeah, it's like you're, I'm good at explaining it, but you're exposing yourself to, okay, I'll put it this way,
It's-
if you,
I can explain it. Okay. So, what's the drug that gives you like makes you happy? Is it like serotonin or something like that?
dopamine.
So, Oh.
Dopamine.
Yep.
Well, I think serotonin like has. A
I think they
factor in that
both
or
do.
whatever. But so it releases that high when you fucking bust a nut. All right. So if you do that 3 times a day and you just like crave having that feeling, it's just gonna be nothing else will really get you to be happy. You're gonna have that like.
I'm talking
sensation,
more about
I guess.
porn.
That's kinda how it,
I'm talking
I'm
more about
happy.
porn.
well, that's kind of like the physiological aspect of it. That's kind of
My
where you're-
point is like, sort of. My point is more like, if you expose yourself to something over and over and over again, if you watch a video on someone getting slaughtered, their head cut off every day, you get numb to that.
So you're saying he's gonna want more. So more like
I mean,
kinky shit.
possibly, but that's not really.
Because the basic stuff won't turn him on.
Yeah.
Like
No, I really don't get bored though. To be fair, like I can watch.
So you're just
the
built
same
for it.
Type. I guess. I mean, I don't really get bored. Nothing really bores me in that
So
aspect.
Diesel. I mean, I don't know.
There's
I
like some
just.
things that I can't watch. What do you mean when I run out of videos?
What happens when you run out?
You know how many are uploaded daily? I don't
Do you know the
that.
answer? Have you done your research? It seems like
I'm
you
open
would.
to guesses.
Hey,
I don't know,
Diesel.
a lot. Like
Yeah.
at least 50. Which is what? How many days for me?
One.
How many days would that cover?
A good one
Oh,
day.
Absolutely. That would
Half a
be
day.
absolutely
generous.
Oh. Dude, like you think I do it a lot, bro? Imagine doing it like 5 times a day, bro.
Can't.
I couldn't even do that. No, you definitely can.
Possible.
No, you
I mean,
can.
You can, but like you're
It would hurt,
forcing
dude.
your dick to
It
get
would
hard
hurt.
at that
Yes.
point. You're literally
Yeah.
forcing
No, and it hurt. It would hurt bad.
It's
You're
like
like
slavery.
demanding it.
It's like
Threatening
slavery.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is that all
basically-
this topic has though? Or just that's it?
Basically.
I mean,
Is
if I knew how to,
is there something else you have to add to it?
if I knew how to word what I was trying to say better, I think it would be more juicy of a topic. But we'll move on.
More juicy.
I didn't think it would be juicy at all. I just feel like secrets out, guys.
Alright, what
What?
is next?
All I have left that we
COD
didn't.
fixes?
Yeah, we could talk about that. What do you think?
Alright,
Spawns. Big spawns. On everything. London docks. Or, well, hardpoint spawns are fine except for London docks.
No.
No?
London docks
I
are
feel like
bad.
they can't. No, and another thing, Arden's Forest. I feel like it spawns.
Sucks.
Well, yeah, its spawns suck, but I feel like it's hard to make good spawns for that map in general. Like for hardcore.
I think the spawns
It's
are
like-
okay on that map, except for the first 2 hills.
If you spawn like for second hill, you'll spawn bridge. Like say you know like how you can spawn on bridge.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. When you are trying to rotate to third hill and you like push middle, someone can be sitting on that yellow barrel's head glitch and just kill all 4 of you like off spawn.
I'm not listening. I
That's what-
apologize.
Yeah.
If you're able to get
Jay's not
spawn
either.
trapped, the spawns are fucked.
Where are you
I think
guys?
Arden's Forest honestly should be replaced with Point the Hawk. Point the Hawk is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I like
Arden's
that.
Force is trash.
This is when.
S&D it's fine. S&D I think it's alright. But for fucking
Just throw
respawn,
fat ass.
it's so
Jesus.
bad.
Nah, I think. I don't
My
like
two
talking about
problems-
this. I don't like talking about this because this is the thing. You guys and everyone in the community are prisoner of the moment way too much with, okay, I did bad one map, so what's the map? Arden's Forest. Okay, so remove it.
That's
I'm not saying that's what you guys are doing,
I'm
but
from an unbiased
no,
standpoint, because
I-
you know that's one of my best maps.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, in the COD community more specifically, that's what they do. But
Like people are like,
for
oh,
you
yeah,
guys-
no, I know what you mean.
yeah, but for
Like,
you
people-
guys, it's like,
yeah.
I just think the idea of like taking out a map completely, like the pro players
replacing
figured
with
it
a
out,
map.
obviously, but
Yeah,
I think
before
Point du
they
Hoc
knew-
would be a
before they
way
knew
more viable map.
all
You
the
realize,
spawns
though,
for
we
the
haven't
game and
played it
everything
at
for the
all,
game. It's
though.
not like Kyle, it's not like they started out with all this knowledge and went into the maps with that much knowledge and they're just like, oh well, this is flawed, this is flawed. They just played it through and they're like, well, this feels good now. Like just on general like play style and how they play. I mean, it's kind of difficult to explain, but like they didn't know how to watch a spawn, like a certain spawn, like how to cut off a certain spawn in just like the beta of the game. You know know what I mean?
I just what makes you think Point to Hawk is a better map than Arden's Forest when you haven't played it 4v4 in a competitive setting? We only played it 6v6.
Even for 6v6s, the spawns are fine.
I just
So what I'm thinking is if 6v6 spawns like feel good, 4v4 spawns should be like relatively the same.
The way I look at it is, Point to Hawk's hills are so much better, in my opinion, than Arden's Forest. Arden's Forest, the only good hills are... Honestly, I feel like the only good hill is
And it's
Third
an
Hill,
interesting map.
the Bunker Hill. I feel like
map too. Like it's just a good map overall. And the spawns. I mean, me saying the spawns seem good. Obviously, it's just like a generalization. I don't know if they'll be good for 4v4s as well. But the map itself is just a
they
good
feel
map.
fine in pubs and stuff. Like, they make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot
yeah,
more sense than
makes
Arden's.
sense.
But no, my two things they need to fix in this game before like they touch maps or anything is, one, they need to fix
just
the
nerf nades.
like fix the there's a few things
Fix
actually.
nade explosion radius.
Nade-
Obviously.
Yeah.
Nades need to not be nukes. You need to not sound like a fucking elephant running
Yeah.
around. Like you
Flinch
can't
is
be
already
forced to
getting
run
fixed.
mountain.
Flinch is supposed to be getting fixed, so
Flinch is
that-
Flinch is
that's, like,
turning
off
into
the
Black Ops
checklist.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
But spawns are like they are huge. They're crucial. They need to be fixed for CTF and stuff like that. And
I think the CTF spawns for the most
subs
part are fine. Like I think
subs
besides
are
the
atrocious.
forcing, besides like the spawning on your flag, like that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, that I don't think that should be. But no,
Other
like
than that, the
subs
spawns,
are
like,
a
make
huge
sense.
problem. Like they.
I just think the bar is so much better than the sub, even at close range, that it makes the sub useless. And that's why I get annoyed when Ty forces himself to use a sub and complains about it. When you can run a bar with no sight
I don't know
on
why
it.
people complain about using. So I just feel like this
Use
game doesn't feel
airborne.
right when you only have one sub every 3 games. you
Use
know what I mean?
airborne hunker and use a bar without a sight on it. That's your
It feels
PPSH.
just like a sub. Yeah, it feels just like a sub.
That's true.
Yeah, so shut up. Oh, I'm kidding.
The
Paul, do you have
FG?
anything
no,
to
no, let's
say
talk
about
about the
Hunt?
FG. Let's talk about
FG
the
needs to be
FG.
taken out
is
completely.
fucking
I don't even-
OP as shit.
They don't even need to try to nerf it, bro. Just take it out. There's no point even.
What?
Literally, you can, Kyle, if you're good enough, I mean, I know this is like a talent thing, but if you're a good player, and the skill gap for gun skill is obviously less than boots on the ground. If you can hit all your shots close range, you'll beat a sub. You'll kill a sub. It's a 3-bullet kill at any range. You'll kill a sub close range, 3 bullets with an FG. You can kill faster with an FG at close range than you can with a sub.
My thing is with the FGs, it's a really good, like with the meta right now at least, you have a sub, which, I mean, you can have one sub, like just baiting basically, 2 bars, and then an FG. And the FGs,
That's another.
like I feel like that's a decent balance. Like you just nerf the bar a little
Yeah.
bit and the hip fire radius and the 3-bullet kill range for that and the FG. And I just think that's it. Like
Another-
you don't just take out a gun. I don't know.
I just
That's
feel like they've taken out guns before. I just feel like the Vesper and the fucking shit like that. But no, speaking of like baiting subs and stuff, that's really all they're used for is pushing hill and baiting. You don't count on
Yeah.
sub players to get huge
That's why I
kills.
said that. Yeah. That's why Waste is so
crazy.
good. Because he baits
Like,
and
it's-
still gets kills.
Insane.
Him and Dice do
know.
the same thing. And that's why another thing why I don't get why Ty forces himself to use a sub.
You
two
can't
good
force yourself
subs.
to use a sub. Like if you pull out a sub first life and you start off really well and you're feeling it, you can keep the sub. But if you die 3 straight times in a row, then don't
Yeah,
force it.
and like I don't
you don't
like.
in this game. You don't need a sub right now.
Yeah, and like I
There's
don't.
one thing I see Shock doing. Shock and Prez, bro. Prez went 12 and 22 earlier, and he was saying just like, "Oh yeah, try running a sub on Gibraltar." I said, we ran 4 ARs.
Yeah, like,
Pulled
that's
out
on
a bar,
you.
I went
We
11
won.
I went
That's
11
on
and
you.
5 with the bar when I pulled it
Yeah,
out.
like
Yeah, so do it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, don't like force
you
yourself.
give yourself
to
a
use it. There's no
handicap,
point.
like shooting
Yeah.
yourself in the foot.
Like you're playing on a crutch. Kyle, do you have
That's-
anything to add to the COD standpoint? Anything
I
else
appreciate
before
that.
we
I would say I'm fine with the game. I think that nades are like the biggest issue. I think that's a really underrated topic that people don't talk as much about. People talk about flinch like more than nades. I mean, I don't know. I just think the whole like radius of nades should get completely like just it should be like ghosts. Like ghost nades were good.
Yeah, ghost nades were actually fair, but I have two problems with the whole nade thing. One is the nade indicator. I feel like is trash. I don't know if that's just me being
I think it's
stupid,
good.
but I don't like. I don't know.
It's
it feels like,
pretty consistent once you get used to it.
It feels misleading. Okay, then I guess we're just not used to it. It feels misleading. Like, I'll see the nade indicator is white, and I'm like, okay, I'll live this nade, and then I die to it.
That's just the.
And then
that's
there's
just
another
the
thing.
Radius. That's just the
Yeah.
radius.
Okay. And then another thing is like, it'll look like the nade is in front of me. Like, it'll show the indicator like in front of me on my screen. So I move back, and then I step on it. Like, it gets red as I'm moving backwards. I don't know. It's just weird for me. But a huge thing I have is since there's no pick 10 system or a pick 13, everybody's forced to run a nade, and therefore they can just spam nades. Like, if there was a pick 10 system, nobody would run a fucking nade and respawn.
I know
nobody would
trophies.
realize
If the nades were this OP, I still would.
No, but the thing, I don't feel like people would have known. It would have been like under the radar. The nades were this good.
If I'm a sub player, I feel like this shit, like, long barrel doesn't.
It's like COD 4.
Help.
It's like COD 4 with nades.
Yeah.
Like you just spawn up and throw them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all people do in like pubs and shit, and they're gifted like 2 and 3 kills.
Oh, it's annoying. Yeah.
You can just throw a random
That's the
ass
main
nade
issue.
and you're gonna get a kill.
That's more important
That's
than
dumb. Like, that's not skill, that's just luck.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like, earlier Waste, as I was complaining about it right now in the chat, Waste threw a fucking nade randomly middle and stopped Preza pulling the flag, and we won the game because of it. That wasn't skill. It was
but
him
that was
lobbing a nade up and
calculated a little bit. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, yeah, he knew the
I thought he
flag
just
runner
ran
was
into it.
going there. He doesn't just throw it up in the air and try
I thought he
to
just,
eat it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Regardless, there's like, there's no skill in most nade throws.
You're right. The problem is when you give everyone a free nade every life, they just use it in ways that...
They're gonna fucking use it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when they're that lethal. I know that there wasn't a trophy system in World War II, but God, that would be so nice if they had trophies.
I wish there was. I don't know what... I mean, how would you fit in a trophy in a World War II system?
I was just thinking of that while you're talking. I think what they could do, maybe, is like... You know that fucking green gas shit? Like, maybe that would, like... Yeah, maybe that would, like... Fucking... disintegrate the nade.
No. There has to be,
I
like...
mean, maybe it could, like, diffuse the nade before it... I don't know.
No, but I'm saying, like, how are they gonna make this stuff make sense? You know what I mean? Like, you can't make trophy systems. That's way too advanced.
That's what I'm saying. You could do something with the smoke, that gas. That's the only thing you could, like...
I mean, there's probably something,
implement.
But...
Well, what's the actual...
It'd be cool if they added it. That'd be really fucking good.
Let me look at the... I don't even know what the, lethals and tacticals are. So there's a smoke, the gas grenade, that's what I was talking about. And then the single fire, that's the blue shit. That's weird.
That shit's fucking dumb.
The mine, that's like the bouncing Betty. The satchel charge? What's that?
C4.
I didn't even know that was in the game. Then you have a throwing knife. Okay. I don't know. You know what they could do? You know what would be good?
I think we should throw back to where you could double tap square and blow up the C4. That shit was awesome.
Can you not do that in this game?
No, that makes it OP. That makes it OP in my opinion.
It does make it OP.
You know what I think would be a decent idea?
That's why they took it out.
I think if they only made it sticky bombs, that would help a lot.
IW had it. IW had C4s, and it would say C4 armed, like when somebody's on it, and you double tap square and you get a kill.
It was delayed.
It was?
Do you guys think if they...
I mean, there's still to make it not as overpowered.
Do you guys think if they banned frags and it was only stickies, I think that would help. Because then in S&D...
Stickies and frags have like the same general radius? Or
no, a sticky is smaller of a radius. And the thing is, like, if you throw a sticky, like, if you just take it and throw it in the air, it's gonna blow up a lot before a frag. So you can't, like in S&D, you can't just spawn up and throw a nade.
Yeah,
that's what I'm like for S&D. I think that would be a lot more. It's more tactical. You throw it at cover.
I use stickies on anything. I don't use regular frags,
Really?
which I guess is a big pro. Yeah,
I only use a
stickies.
sticky for rushing. Like for St. Marie S&D, if I'm going B, I just take a sticky and throw it. That's the only class I use it. And if I'm rushing
stickies
mid,
on all my classes except for AR classes. But as I said, I mostly play subs.
no
so I
wonder you
just
guys don't get a lot of nade kills.
I mean,
I
the
do
few
get
that
a
I
lot of
do, I like. I
No,
either
you don't.
I like stickies because there's more, I don't know, skill to it. I guess instead of randomly throwing it, you can throw it at a wall. Like
Cooking the nade has some sort of, I mean, not skill, but like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
I
little
know,
bit of
yeah,
like getting
I mean-
used to.
you
they're
can
both
throw nades
skills.
farther than stickies. That's retarded.
I mean, yeah.
Because it's heavier.
That's because the stickies blow up sooner, but I feel like that's good because you can't cook a sticky grenade.
No, it won't let you throw it as far. Not just
Oh.
time. They
Yeah.
literally will throw stickies. If you try to like see, like if you want, say we went to the firing range in the headquarters, if you have a nade, I have a sticky, the nade will go further.
Oh.
Not just from rolling, but like in the air, it'll throw further. Which I
Didn't
think
know
should
that.
not be a thing. They should be able to throw the same distance.
Yeah.
It's just one should be sticky, one should be able to roll.
Well,
You want to talk about pro teams?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I don't really
Sticky
have
does go
much to
on.
say about pro
Wait,
teams.
also, does Haggy have a team?
Yeah. Oh,
He's
you
one of
guys
the-
are
he's one of the best in the
uneducated.
game right now. What's his team?
You guys are uneducated. His team is Pharaoh, Blast, and J Study, not J Slide.
Yeah.
I thought the other team. I thought his team disbanded.
I wouldn't team with Aggie. Holy shit.
I
That's a
would.
headache. That's a headache.
You're an
fucking
idiot if you wouldn't team with him.
Yeah, you're sick.
I would
If
be.
was the best
I
player
would.
in the game
Okay,
right now,
sorry.
he's
Where I am
easily
now,
top
yeah, I
10.
team with anybody. If I was like actually a pro, like out there with them, I
was
wouldn't
actually
team with
a
them,
pro,
bro.
I'd still team with them.
He's a
Yeah.
headache, bro. He
He's
complains
so
too.
fucking good though.
No, but
I
here's the
wish he was
thing.
good,
but,
He's like Krim. Like he just urges you to do the right thing until it comes to a breaking point, and then he becomes a fat tubby idiot and complains and does that stuff. I'm serious. Like Krim used to be the same way, and I mean Krim just handles it better. Like that's why he's obviously better. But I just think Haggie's like he's just like a dick with how he words things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Haggie's like Ty in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I see
I'm
it.
serious.
Yeah. I know. No, I
But he's more like,
ego. The ego, the in-game
Nah.
lead, the
I
dickheadest,
think the dick, yeah, that's what it is, yeah. It's the pee-pee head.
You gotta admit though, a lot of times, I'm not being serious and people take me serious. Like, it happens way too often.
Yeah.
And me making a joke will lead to a giant argument that just breaks out.
Yeah, because people
I don't
think you're
even fucking
cynical.
take you seriously anymore.
Yeah,
People
there's no
think you're
point.
cynical, yeah.
Ridiculous. And that's why Waste is actually starting to like me better, because he realizes that I'm not being serious. But before you would
I
take
think
me so
it's,
seriously, like he just said that today. He's just like, Mole's kind of becoming a Dice to me, because we all know Dice is joking and like baiting. And I do the same a lot of the time, like I'm just baiting, but I just seem a lot more serious.
I don't know.
'Cause that's just how people take me.
I think your situation is just, it's built up. Your reputation and everything is built up. I'm being serious. Like everyone
know it
knows
is.
you for being a loud mouth, just annoying. Not annoying, but just like you talk more than you're supposed to.
Our circle.
Yeah, our circle. Yeah, and like
Another thing,
people
that
people
our
want to lash out against
A lot of people in our
that.
circle just don't like me.
There's a reason for everything, though.
who
You can't just.
doesn't like you? And
I heard
like, who
that.
still doesn't like you?
Probably Shock. Actually, no,
Shock?
I don't know.
I think
Let's
Shock
ask
likes
the
you.
chat.
Wait, who doesn't like
likes
Ty?
me? Let's see how many people
Oh,
like.
I
say,
could
Kyle?
pull out the screenshot from that Twitter poll. No, I'm joking.
Kyle, I remember you sent that to me because you
Oh.
lost a money eights because of lag, and I was like, send
You remember
me
this
my
better than
bean,
that.
like
Oh,
as
I
a
got
joke
so
in all
mad.
caps multiple times, and you just kept thinking I was being dead serious. And
Nah, but
I was
like that.
I was like, nah, bro, you don't actually need to pay me. Like when you DM'd me,
Yeah,
and you're
like,
like,
right.
nah, I'll pay you. And then you're like, check. I was like, it didn't send. And then you're like, check your email. And you fucking sent me the picture of the poll. And I'm just like, you're a fucking dickhead. I remember we had a big fight about that.
That was like. Jay, do you know what poll I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't vote in it, to be fair.
I did. No, I didn't.
It
I
was whether or
can't.
not I was likable or dislikable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't
By
talk
the way,
about the
another
numbers.
thing that Ty and Parasite or Haggy have in common, they screenshot.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Hey, I did.
That's
The
a
only reason
juicy
I
one.
know that is because I'm looking at this thing that Parasite put. He dropped 63 kills
In a
when he had
GB.
13 seconds in Hill,
In the GB.
and he's
In a
like,
GB.
"What I have to do to win GB?" Like, shut the fuck up. You know
That
he was
is
sitting
such a
middle
Ty
map with an
thing.
FG the whole time.
That is such a Ty thing. Oh my god.
He's
I'm
chill with
sorry,
it though.
Ty doesn't
yeah,
put it
he
on
has
Twitter,
chill with it.
though.
I was gonna
I've
say that.
chilled.
He is chill.
Ty doesn't put it on Twitter
I'm still.
though.
A lot of the times I do it. No, a lot of the times I do it because I feel like people underrate me, and then I'll like fucking shit on them, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm fucking shitty. I'm such a shitty.
I'm the
It's
fucking
kind of like a taunt. It's just like a fucking taunt thing.
I'm never gonna forget the one that you did, where I called you out. That was so funny.
No, and that's exactly what I was doing. That's why I laughed. Like I even admitted it. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. Like you remember?
Yeah, you were
You're like-
okay, yeah, I was trying to bait or some shit like that.
No, it wasn't even like I was caught red-handed. I was like, yeah, this is what I was doing. Like I wasn't even ashamed about it. I was just like, yup, I did it.
Did it for yourself.
We could also talk about how we're what?
Optics gonna be a powerhouse this year.
We could talk about that in a minute, but what's the date? Is it the 25th? Okay, so this
Yeah.
game's been out for 22 days. Okay, not even a month.
That's
literally,
crazy.
It is crazy. Like literally every AM team
No,
has
it's
already
good.
made
Oh, yeah, no,
roster
it's cool.
changes.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy to me. Like that just shows how fucking AMs don't.
They don't think.
They
all.
don't think. No, they don't think of a team. They don't think of a team as like a group of teammates. They think of it as I got costed, so let me find a better team. They don't think of it as a team effort. They think of it as
Well, I mean, like if you're
Here's
getting
this-
completely costed.
yeah, but that's
then
not.
you should find
I
a
think
team.
that's
But,
a
like,
lot
if
more
people
rare than you
drop
think.
Shitty stats, but they're playing for the team, and you end up doing really well, and you're still winning, and you're getting pissed off about it. Like that's a different scenario.
That's stupid.
Like
I
this
think-
fucking faggot. Do you guys know who Jerda is? Because
Yes.
I've been in a lot of group chats, and this kid is a faggot.
Oh
He's a
yeah.
faggot. He egos everybody. Like I don't even know the kid, but everything I see on Twitter and like just him egoing all of his teammates, it just makes me hate him. Like I don't even
I
know
see
him, I
so
just
many
don't
people
like him at all.
tweeting shit about him and stuff like that. I've
Yeah,
never
'cause he's a
talked to him.
faggot,
I've
he's an
never.
asshole.
I don't know.
Like
My thing is, like-
his teammate, like he'll still win and he'll be bitching about his teammates doing bad when they're like,
Don't waste up.
Just
Well,
'cause
no,
their
I'm not
numbers
gonna
are
go
bad.
bad.
just 'cause
My
it's
thing
bad.
is like,
Waste does the same fucking thing.
here's my
Waste
thing.
just complains throughout the map.
Yeah, Waste does
everything.
care.
We were playing
He
pros.
complains a little
We
bit
were
too much
literally
about
playing
stats.
fucking like Pander and like that fucking team. He's like, bro! Like after every time he fucking died, and it's just like, chill out. They're pros. They're an
We
actual
were playing
team.
you in
they're
8th
pros.
earlier.
Calm down.
Every time he died in S&D, he screamed his fucking head off. I was
Yeah,
like, dude,
Jay
calm the
didn't
fuck
like
down.
that. He was
I
like,
said,
you gotta shut
the
up.
fuck up.
I was like, no, we're good. Yeah, I just
I
think
can't deal with that, bro. I can't deal with yelling and shit like that.
my opinion is that people don't look at a scoreboard, and if someone's like double negative's different from like 2-10 or something like that. Like if someone goes double negative, they say, look, oh, they got costed. Like they don't think of it as like it's a team effort and like we have team issues.
Like if
and
they died, like those scenarios that they died, you probably got kills from.
yeah, like that exactly. Or you baited and gave them a kill.
They focus on their stats instead of the win. And what I hate at the end is if you're losing like really bad and you're doing really bad, you'll start panicking and you'll just start playing kills to make it look like you are the problem. I hate that.
And people
so
are
annoying.
like, and people are like, you know, Kyle, come on, man.
President does that
Oh, that's the worst.
Like, not gonna lie, I'm not trying to call him out 100%.
Like I haven't done it recently, but like if I'm doing bad, like Waste will be like, we gotta pick up the kills, man. Like he doesn't even say my name.
Like,
that just kills me. That kills me. I'm just like, please don't talk about me. Just don't talk about me, please.
No, like I
talk about
love
rotating.
at the end of the game. I love at the end of games like looking at scoreboards to see how well I did. Like I pull it up
Everyone
throughout the
does
game
it,
every time
obviously.
I pull it up. No, I pull it up,
I do
but I don't.
better when I'm
I don't
not pulling
focus.
up the scoreboard. I do so much better.
I just pull the
you're
scoreboard
focused more on
like
the
just to
team.
like look at the KD and stuff, but I don't really focus that hard on it. And then when I end the game and I'm like 33 and 20, I get really fucking happy because
I get my own head.
I don't realize I'm playing that well.
My thing is like I'll just look at the
I feel like I
scoreboard.
do well. I'll not look at the scoreboard. I'll like get through the game. We're winning like very heavily. Like that's why I feel like we're doing well. Like because I'm making good plays. Like we're playing the hill well or something like that. I won't be pulling up the scoreboard at all. And then at the end of the game, I'll be like 8 meg, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Like I was.
Yeah,
looking
it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
No,
It's like
I've
you literally
learned.
just shit on them. I don't.
One thing I've learned in the first week to now, I've learned how to not die so many times like uselessly, like throw my life away. I've learned how to kind of just.
When I get
stop being
frustrated,
stupid.
I have no knowledge of playing my life. Like that's what I need my teammates to do.
Yes.
Like, when they see me start doing
That's what I
bad,
was trying
they
to-
just need. You need to tell me just like.
I have something to
"Hi,
say
just, like,
after
play
this."
Slow. Just play slow. Or like just slow it down or something like that. Because when I'm getting frustrated, like I'll just be running at people and I'll be like, just fucking bait me. Like I'm useless.
Yes.
So just fucking bait my life. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, I did the exact same thing in IW, and what you have to do, yeah, it's stupid. Like, you just have to play your life. Like, when you're playing bad, what you have to think is, instead of saying, okay, I'm playing bad, so I'm just gonna play faster and, like, just force myself into engagements,
That's not
you have to
even how I
slow
think,
it down.
it's just what
I know,
do.
but there is thought into it. It's like you may not think consciously about it, but there's definitely thoughts in your head. You have to consciously think if you're doing bad and you're looking at the scoreboard and you're doing poorly, you have to think, I have to slow down and think more and focus more when I'm playing, instead of just, because when you're just rushing into gunfights, you're intentionally not thinking about, okay, so this is where someone could be. Yeah, you're just
Like
forcing
jetpack.
gunfights just to, like, you know, it's just you're trying to just do better in stats. I used to do the same thing in IW. It's like a frustration thing. Yeah, like, and like when I said that you went 3-11, and like that's a good part of that is on your fault because you were pushing out because you were frustrated, and like that's exactly what that was. You were frustrated and you were like, all right, I'm just gonna dive to bomb and probably die. I know exactly that feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, like you just dive to bomb and die, and then your teammate plays for kills. Yeah.
I've never done that, at least not from what I remember. I feel like if I'm doing bad, if I pull the scoreboard, I'm like 3-8 or 3-9 or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, let's think about this next life. And I
Let's
just kind of play
focus.
slower. I change it to like my own pace, and I get 3 or 4 kills before I die. And I'm like, okay, keep doing whatever the fuck that was, and then just like I come back. That's my thing, dude. In this game, I've noticed there's a few maps, especially on Arden's Forest Hardpoint. I start off 0-3 or 0-4, but I finish the game +4.
For S&D?
No, for respawn, like Hardpoint. Like I start off really slow.
The thing is with you,
S&D,
Jay.
I don't really
I
do
just
that.
hate some of the maps in this game, bro.
I think
Like Arden's
I don't know.
Forest, like I mean the map itself is alright. I
don't like the hills. The hills are what kill me. Like, Fourth Hill is just stupid. I don't think it's good. It's out in the open,
I think
there's
first
no cover or
first hill's
anything.
alright for first hill.
First Hill's okay. Second Hill, I don't really like
I don't
Second
like
Hill.
it.
here's a juicy
Third Hill, I
topic.
think Third Hill's good.
Here's a juicy topic.
Third hill's good, yeah.
What is a juicy?
In our circle,
Yes.
who is the most likely to go pro, and
Maybe.
who? Okay. All right.
Least likely, Shock.
But like people that seriously want to do it. Like that's what I mean. Because you could
So,
say
like-
Kirk, but he probably doesn't want to actually do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
My
think
thing
Kirk
with
will.
Avi, he's such a good player, but with him, when I play with
He
him,
cares about
I just
stats
do
too much.
So bad.
You can tell he plays for
I do
stats
so
too
bad
much.
with him. Like it unintentionally like will bait me or some shit. Like,
He's
I
not
just don't
over the
know,
top
like,
about stats, but it's like you can kind of tell.
can
It's
tell.
like
You can
he
tell he
cares. Yeah, he cares.
Like he'll play hill just so he has hill time. Like I feel like that's the kind of shit.
That's
he
what
does.
Shock did. That's what
I don't
Shock
know.
used to do
Yeah,
to piss me the fuck
Shock
off.
will do that so that way if he goes quintuple negative, he can say, "Oh, well, I got hill time."
And the
Double
way in
negative.
S&D, like he won't push anything unless his teammate is right next to him. Like he.
Well, that's
like,
smart.
That's not what I'm
No,
saying.
you
Like,
don't
that's
wanna
smart. No,
so-
listen.
Okay.
Like unless I run out first, like in some of the S&Ds, like he'd wait for me to run out and then he'd run out. Like you know what
Well,
I mean?
that's the
Like,
thing. No, you
so
gotta
I'd be the
communicate
first
with
one
him.
to die.
You gotta communicate with him. Like, I'm like, okay, Avi, let's push to their spawn. He'll follow me up.
Yeah.
How about
no,
I'll
no,
make
like,
this-
I know
You
what I
gotta
said
tell him.
sounded like it was smart, but
Yeah.
he'll wait for me to do it so that he can do it. You know
I
what
didn't-
I mean?
I
Like,
didn't want this to
if
turn
the
into a
lane's
conversation on
completely
Shock.
open, there's no one there. I'll be like, yo, come on,
Oh
like
my
the
God.
A-bomb, the A-bomb too.
Oh yeah.
I'll just talk about this play. He plays way too slow. Like I pushed up to A, on Arden's Forest. We had offense. Nobody there. No one lumber. I was like, yo, the only guy that's A is literally Cabin Cut right now. He's middle
Oh,
watching Cabin Cut. That's the
yeah.
only guy. And they're just sitting back. They're like, yo, I think
Yeah,
there's someone
that-
flanking. I was like,
yeah,
bro, just
yeah.
come get A control. There's nobody here. And he's just like sitting back.
That was
bunker,
way. No, that was
trying to
Waves
play
talking
for a
about the
kill.
guy
No,
playing.
he
That
was
was
with
Waves.
it. He was
Oh.
talking about it, but Avi was just sitting there with him, like trying to play for like a pick. But it doesn't need to happen. I don't know. I just feel like he plays
Okay.
way too slow. And then
Even-
like when say when they plant B bomb, Avi was full flanking A side going to middle.
I'll make this
Like, he
juicier.
full flanked.
I'll make this juicier.
I don't know, man. I just feel like he's a kill whore. He was a good
You
kill
can't-
whore. Plays smart.
Okay,
Like I
listen,
don't
you-
want to say he's a. I don't know. It's. I don't know how to explain Avi, Kyle. I just you'd be better at explaining it. I just feel like he plays more for himself than for the win. That's just how.
Okay, I can
like,
explain AV. Okay, I'll have the talking pillow. AV, he's definitely the most. He's definitely the most skilled. Yeah, he's definitely the most skilled out of all of us. And the reason why I know that is because he uses a low sense, so he's not just all shot. He doesn't have like a high sense like Dice and just fucking run around and gun everyone. He actually plays smart, and he can actually predict people. He's like a methodical player. I just think if he makes his whole play style more team oriented rather than just
He'd contend pro players easily.
yeah, it's hard to explain what he would have to do, but like because it's tough saying
Help
like he
give
doesn't
his,
play.
help his
But
teammates
playing
more.
more
I'm not-
for the team
like-
would resolve in him having less.
I'm not saying
like,
he's-
stat
I'm not
base. He's still,
saying-
he's still a good player.
Listen, I'm not saying he doesn't play for his team though. That's like I'm not saying he doesn't play for his team. It's just he calls. I'll say this. He calls things out. He only calls out when he sees things usually. That tells me that like you're not thinking of the broader picture of the game. You're just thinking of like one-dimensionally about like kills and next rotation, like that sort of thing. When like Waste, he'll call out like Kyle, like don't watch that, watch this, and like I'll be like, I didn't even know you knew where I was. Like that's something I want to
Yeah.
like do. But
I
off
feel
that
like I
topic,
have really good communication.
I feel like you make it worse because when you rage,
Because I rage.
you
No, but
water
in
down
terms
the
of
value
things
of your
in terms of
callouts.
things I call out though.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Obviously
yeah.
when I rage, but I'm saying when I don't rage. Like when,
Okay.
when we're scrimming, like I'm not raging, and you just like what are my callouts like there? Like I'm just personally wondering.
I feel like they're
'Cause
good.
I feel like I call out a lot.
You do call out a lot, but something that you do, and we've talked about this a little bit too much, is instead of hypotheticals, a lot of hypotheticals is what you do, and that's when like, you know what inflation is? Obviously, it's like when there's so much more dollars that the value of a dollar decreases.
Like
yeah, it's like you water down your call-outs by analyzing a little bit too much.
I only do that in S&D though.
How about me, Kyle?
That's not a respawn thing. I'll tell you where I
Gas me
see
or
it
shut me
go.
down.
I won't say like, oh, he's probably going here. That's
You
only,
already
like, an
know.
S&D thing.
Jay already knows how I feel, really. I think you would be the best, like,
If I didn't suck.
if you fucking had the right mindset and didn't act like a bitch.
I
You think
guess.
he'd be the best?
Yes. Or close. Okay, here's
I
a
don't
juicy.
think I can contend AV or
Here's
Waze.
a juicy one. You can't say
thing with
yourself.
waste
No, shut up.
is-
Here, listen.
I feel like all these talented players have so many like bad things about them that have to do with teamwork. You know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
disagree. I
Like,
disagree.
Waste- No, like in our circle, I mean. Like, Waste is super talented, but every time he dies, he'll fucking scream his head off, and he'll also get mad at his teammates.
That's a maturity issue. That's a maturity issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what's mostly holding him back from being better than AV is just like just the way he acts and
And
shit.
then AV, I feel like it's just like a playstyle kind of issue. I don't know.
Okay. I've been waiting to
I
say
I feel like
this.
he plays too slow.
I've been waiting to say
Kyle's
this.
turn.
You can't answer yourself. Out of us three, who's the most likely to go pro?
You can't answer yourself.
Yep.
That makes no sense. Then we have to pick one of the other two.
Yep.
So,
Alright.
Kyle, you're saying out of you two, who do I think is going to be the most?
Yeah.
I would say Kyle.
I would say you.
I'd say
Because
Kyle out
you
of
have the
us
better
three.
mindset.
I'd say Kyle out of us three, to be honest.
I would say.
Okay.
And I feel like if
Kyle
you're
out of
arguing, I feel like
And
you're
then
arguing
Kyle out
against
of me
that.
and Jay
You're
would say
that's
me.
biased. I
Yes.
know. I feel like
I
Kyle. No,
think Jay
Kyle.
doesn't have the right mindset.
Yeah, I know. I really don't. Like, I'm putting shit off until I'm 18 and stuff. Like, I don't have the right mindset.
You guys
Like,
just
I
answer
think I
for
have
me.
enough. I think I have enough skill to
Like,
make
he has
it
the
if I would just
correct
put in
mindset,
the.
and he has like he knows what he's doing.
I just don't have the
Yeah.
gunny.
That's all it is, Kyle. It's just the gunning.
But I don't need it in
Your
this game.
gunny's inconsistent. That's what it is, bro. Like, there's one game where you'll be doing amazing. Like earlier, you started off 9-3 and finished 20-13.
That
or
wasn't my
something
gun
like that.
skill. That's the funny
That
thing.
wasn't.
Gibraltar, I just fucking rotate early and I know where they're gonna be.
Oh.
Like, that's all it is. And I don't really play with my team much, so I'm just kind of on my own, just picking off people most of the time on that
I
map.
feel like what you said the other day too is really true. Like how you play average against people like in our group and stuff, but when you play against Panda and people like that, you fucking rape them. You know what I mean? Like you play so
It's
much
weird.
better against them.
It's weird, dude.
I
You
feel
know
like
what's funny?
it's 'cause you're going with the mind. I think it's your mindset.
It's
the way you think.
100% mental, and I know this because
Yeah.
I had the same issue in tennis. I know that sounds nerdy as fuck, but
It's
when
Oh,
I
yeah,
played,
you told me
you
that.
wanna-
It's
you wanna
weird, dude.
impress- You want to impress people. You know what I mean? Like you're,
I don't
it's like a
know.
lack of confidence. I
yeah,
feel
it's
like
a lack of confidence. Yeah,
Because when you're not confident in what you're doing, like when you get in a gunfight with someone, you're not confident you're gonna win that gunfight. You're not gonna win that gunfight because you're thinking into that gunfight. You're not just killing. You're not just scoping, shooting, killing the person. You're thinking too much in depth, like to the gunfight and like the player. You know what I mean? I know that sounds weird, but
nah,
it's
you're right though.
like a mental block. You know what I mean?
I think you got it. Yeah,
I kind of have it too.
you definitely have it too. You have the same kind of like when you lose fully, you have the same kind of mentality I
don't
do.
have that.
You know I do because I
Is
talk
that a
about
good
it when
or
I
bad
lose.
thing?
like, this kid thinks he's so fucking good! And
Yeah, you talk way too much when you lose full. I don't talk. I just sit there and fucking marinate in my own. Yeah, I just marinate in my own fucking hatred. But yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, I would answer. I would say tie. Not like you think way too negative.
How, like, about what?
About everything.
Like a depressed person or what?
Sort of.
What do you mean?
I just
like you're like a Debbie Downer.
That's just how I feel like.
Right now, yeah, no.
Like,
I mean, well, actually,
yeah, but you always say right now, of course.
A week ago, yeah, but like now I'm actually like I actually do want to play. Like I'm kind of into eights again and shit like that.
My thing is,
Worms Battleground an hour ago.
Yeah, I know, because nobody was playing.
No, but this is my thing. It's either like you got to be thinking long term. It can't be like 1 week I'm in, 1 week I'm out.
Yeah,
if that's the case, you're just. Yeah, that's like you just gotta patch it all up and be like, I'm either in or I'm out. And you know, when you don't have any other, like for me, it's like I have college, like I mean, I have other things to sort of like put my mind to that I could, but I have this, and it's like I just do this because this is what I want to do. I feel like you don't think of any other options, and you just look at this as like, and then you just play Worms and fucking Monopoly and shit.
I was playing that because everybody got on Fortnite and all.
No, I know, that's tonight. I know tonight.
Like fucking Kirk and Shock.
Yeah, you gotta play better people.
I mean, you play it with them too. You play with Modern.
In
people like that.
Modern's good.
He is good.
And that's different.
This is a biased issue.
I understand Kirk and Shock are your friends too. And when I play with
fucking
like
Dalton,
yeah.
They're IRL friends that I have. Like, and I know it's kind of the same thing for you and Kirk, so I think it's kind of like.
I'm the only one that doesn't have IRL friends on this.
I hardly play Eights and shit with them. Like, I'll play GBs with explicit. That's also like I'm learning shit myself playing GBs. Like I know it, and it's just like a kind of for fun thing. Cause I mean it's fucking GBs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, my thing is that like Kirk and Shock, I feel like the only way to have a fair lobby is if they're both in.
I think Shock is way better than Kirk.
I don't think that at all.
You're kind of biased against Kirk, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm biased for Kirk, and regardless, I think Kirk is.
I hate Kirk and Shock.
Who do you think, Kirk?
They piss me off just as much, like individually.
Who do you think is better, realistically, in all game modes, like in a variant setting?
I'd honestly say Kirk.
I would I would say Kirk. Yeah. And that kind of scares me to say.
Shock all the way.
Shock would get so mad if he was here.
But the thing is,
I hope he's watching.
Kirk is
a good sniper,
I play with Shock. I play with Shock. I've played with him multiple times. Every time I play with Shock, I've lost. Like if I played with Kirk against you guys, I would have a better chance.
You would have a better chance, yeah.
Kirk will watch, like Kirk will do what he's supposed to do. Shock will try to do something that he's not supposed to do. Like Kirk will play AR, he'll watch his lanes, he'll pick up kills in those lanes. Shock will play AR and try to run around like he's a sub player. And then he'll play sub player, and he can't slay enough. Like he doesn't have the slaying power to slay. So like, you know what I mean? He's trying to play out of his comfort zone and his ability. Like I feel like that's the thing with Shock. Kirk plays in his comfort zone, and he does his job. Like
also,
Shock.
Kyle, you think I have excuses for why I don't want to play? You should hear Shock's excuses as to why he does bad, bro. He has 30 of them lined up at the ready.
You want to know the truth? I don't listen to Shock that much. I can't stand his voice.
Okay. The other day he went like what, fucking 12 and he went like What do you mean?
So yeah.
He tries to be
what?
Like you'll say
serious?
You'll say like I'll say something, and it'll just be like clearly obvious as a joke. Like I'll be in a party
and I'll retort like joking around, and then he'll come
and he'll be like, that's ugly, or like say some dumb shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, everybody wants to be me in that regard. Everybody's saying ugly now, and it's ugly.
People say that everyone rides you. I don't see that very much.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Either.
I see Shock. I see
No, that
Shock
was
is the only one
serious.
that really
You
rides
actually
me.
believe that? I don't know.
I see Shark's the only one that really rides me.
You're friends. You're friends. It's not. You don't dick ride him. You can just tell him people.
Clip.
dick ride
I'm gonna clip that and use that against you when you tell
well,
me
actually,
I don't.
no. Hold up. Since we're on it and you say I'm being serious, I'll bring up something that's serious about it.
Oh God.
When you're in a party with Jay.
Oh, you've said this for a while.
I've already talked with Jay about this. When you're in a
You're
party with
condescending.
Jay, you try to
Bully
please too
him.
much.
You want
try
to know the
please too
truth?
much.
I
Try to
don't.
please more.
It's not like the same thing with you with like when you like lose full and you just run at people. Like I don't think of it consciously. I really don't.
I don't
It's-
either.
Like that's
I
the
just
same
go
thing,
at
Ty.
people
Like with
randomly for fun.
when I make fun of you and like you take it to heart, like which that happens, but but like I do that.
And here's the thing. I've already explained this. I'm not trying to defend myself here, but
you
I
take
kind
it to
of
heart.
I just no. It's not that I take it to heart. I mean, I guess I do. I take it to heart that you try so fucking hard.
You're condescending. You try to condescending him.
I told Jay about this as well. It's just the fact that you try so
You go out
hard.
of your
and
way to
half
piss
of
him
the
off.
words, yeah, like 75% of the sentences that you construct in party chat are trying to piss me off, and I just can't.
It's
see
not trying to piss you.
why
No, that's the
take-
thing.
You try so hard to do it.
I don't
Kyle,
try
okay,
hard
hold
to.
up. Let me be a psychologist real quick. Kyle,
Like that's why I say you're such a vibe.
are you just
kill.
doing it? Are you just doing it to be an entertainer? Are you just doing it to be fun and get some laughs from other people?
I'm doing it to get Ty to laugh. That is the truth.
I know it's not.
Honestly.
I know it's not malicious, but half the time when like I'm already getting pissed off and you do it, Kyle, you can't tell me that you're trying to get me to laugh.
I do.
Trying to bring you out of that
Really?
hellish mood.
Yeah, because when you're in a bad mood, I'll be like, come on, fucking fat ass idiot. Like, you'd be like, dude,
It's
I'm
not
double
like
necking,
that,
come
like
on,
what you
man.
say.
No, I know, I'm more like of a dick about it, and I'll like think through it more, yeah.
That's
But-
exactly.
It's like, I just do that with everything,
That's why
This
when
is really
Dice tries
deep.
to bait
I
me
don't-
when I'm doing bad or like I'm in a pissy mood, he makes me laugh so
no,
fucking
he
hard.
makes you laugh because you, no, we're getting into this.
You dick
Dice,
ride him. You dick
Dice
ride
makes
him.
him
I
laugh.
dick ride Dice.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
No, well, no,
Oh.
not dick ride. No. I worded that wrong. You, whatever. It's like one of those things where like he's the kid in class that like whatever he
It's
says,
just
everyone
more of a
laughs
thing where
at.
I know he's joking.
He's just a quiet kid in
Like, I
class
know
that
in
whenever
my
he says
heart-
something,
He says
it's
something
It's
that's
like
just
I know
funny.
That's what he
it's
is.
kind of
Yeah.
like I know you're joking,
I used to be
but
that
the fact
kid.
that you take so much time to do it pisses me off, and you always do it, and that pisses me off. But like the individual shit doesn't piss me off. Dice, like, I'll lose a gunfight, he'll watch me lose the gunfight, and he'd be like, "Yo, Mo, you gotta win those." Like it's
Sometimes
I'll
he's
break
serious
out
though, and you don't
laughing,
know.
'cause
That's the thing.
No, 'cause
Sometimes
it's like
he's-
an outrageous. It's an outrageous situation that it happens in, and you'll say it then. That's why I know he's joking, because he's like he picks the perfect opportunities to say it. Like it's not like you who kills it with repetition. Dice picks good scenarios
Yeah,
to
your
do
jokes
it. That's
suck,
why
Kyle.
I think.
They're
That's
too
why I think
repetitive.
his is
I
funny,
know that's
and
not
it's his
true.
voice. Obviously, it's his voice.
No, his voice is hilarious.
It's his voice
It's
and
so
tone, it's
funny.
just his voice
I
and
don't
tone.
find it that funny.
I think his voice is hilarious.
That's just you, but I find it funny.
What were you saying, Kyle? Were you saying something?
I
Actually.
was, and I was.
I was just thinking earlier when you made a droop. It was so funny. Mike was 1-4, and my Dice is just like, bro, Mike, you can't be costing. It's just so fucking funny because Mike reacts to it so poorly, and then Dice said it again the next round because Mike got blooded, and Mike just fucking laughed. So Dice lost it, and he started. When Dice laughs really hard, you know, like how when people laugh at their own jokes, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You know how like when people
I thought I
laugh at
killed
their
my
own
jokes because I laugh at them.
No, you don't.
No,
Yeah, I
people
do.
laugh a lot.
Jay's the
Like, when I
funniest
do
person here. I can make that a fact, right?
Out of us three?
No, out of everyone.
I was gonna say out of us three easily.
Oh, now I'm mad. Oh, okay. Ty is definitely the least funny. I mean, that's just a fact.
I think
Out
I
of
don't
us
think he's the
three, I
least
mean-
funny. I just think he's the most ugly. Like he's the ugliest to listen
No,
to.
but that's
Which is
part
the
of my
least funny.
Yeah, I know,
which
that's
is
part
part
of
of
your
your
humor,
humor.
yeah.
A lot of people,
no.
a lot of you guys don't understand. No, stop.
You
Kyle.
say
I do
things
say some dumb
serious and
shit
they're
a lot of
ugly.
times. No, a lot of times I do say dumb shit, but a majority of the time, I'll say something as a joke and people will think I'm being serious, or like I said it as like.
But the joke
being
still
dumb.
isn't funny. Most of the time.
When I'm being cringy, people would be like, "Oh, that's ugly." Like
I
I'm
started
joking.
that, but I know
Like,
like,
Jay
the
will
context
Jay
of it.
now knows, like, he'll laugh at it and say it's ugly just because it's cringy, so it is ugly.
Yeah, but it's
still
hilarious
funny.
at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because I don't have my fucking. Let's see, what's the? My foot up my ass? No, that's not it. Something
No, that's
up
not
my
it.
ass.
Something's on my head.
Something up my ass.
Oh
I don't
man.
know. I'm just like, I'm more open to Mole's humor because you can't take him seriously.
Damn,
for
I have
hardly
20 subscribers.
anything.
Since when?
The only
I-
time I'm to be taken seriously, or I'll say something like dead ass, is when I'm getting pissed off. And when I'm getting pissed off, like, I will try to play it off as a joke if someone gets offended. Obviously, I've done that before. You know that.
I don't
That's
actually.
just I've done it with you.
I don't remember anything you've said that was.
Like I was
taken,
like, you get carried by your team. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, no, I actually did. No, that's a fact. I did get carried by my team. Well, Cyan, AV, easily.
Like,
but
and
I was also
I would
the.
only say that when you piss me off. Like, you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
no,
you,
yeah.
You got me pissed off, and I said that. I was like,
There
nah,
are
I'm just kidding,
also
I'm just kidding.
times though,
And you're like, nah, you're being serious. Like, you're actually pissed. And I was like, nah, I was kidding.
this is sort of
Well,
why.
even if you weren't, I knew it, and I guess that's why I got defensive about, or kind of like that, because I know I got carried by them. But the thing is, like, the scoreboard tells only half the story. It doesn't tell you the fact that they hit old
Yeah, I
every life and
I
shit like that,
understand.
which annoys the fuck out of me. That's why, dude. Like, whatever. Moving on. What were you saying, Kyle?
Oh, fucking. What was I gonna say? I'm too old for this, dude. What was I gonna say?
I
You're
don't know what we were
good.
talking about before this.
What were you just talking about? Because I can't even remember that. Okay, people not rotating, but before that.
Yeah,
What I was talking about?
Mole getting like angry and talking.
Oh,
When I get pissed
oh,
off, then I'll say something
shit, I just
serious
had it in my
and
head
then
again.
Apologize after.
It just flew by in a fucking plane. I just got it. Oh. Okay, it's something to do
What
with
is it?
Ty. Just don't say that.
Being mean.
No, I said like when I get frustrated or pissed off, I'll say something serious, but like in a joking
Yes,
manner.
yes,
kind of play it
yes.
off as
Okay,
such.
I found it. Thank you. Fucking idiot. It was.
I already said that. I just said it like you're asking.
This is a thing that everyone does, and it bothers me, and I do it too. So that just to be clear, we
cover your ass.
say things. We say things that initially
We mean.
aren't a
we mean it.
joke. They're
Yeah,
truthful.
And then when people get.
And then when people get mad, we go, "Oh no, it was a joke." And you know who's good at that? This little old Mole. You do that
I'm trying to
all the
think of
time.
things.
No,
I'm trying to
this is
think
another-
of
no,
things
no,
I've
no,
said
no,
that
no,
You
I
do
really-
that
listen,
all the
listen.
time. To other people. You don't do that to me, but you do that to
I
other
just
people.
admitted I do it, but the thing is, this is a whole other topic of people taking me too seriously. Like, you're one of these people, you actually take me too seriously too. Like, I really think you take me too seriously.
Because I know the
Jay's
truth.
learning not to take me as serious.
Nah, I know the truth, man.
I've
I
become
know.
a mole coon
No,
expert.
the truth. Nah, Ty.
The thing is, roasting is a big part of humor. And me saying shit that I know will piss somebody off is humorous. And truth
But
is
where does
humor
that thought
a lot
spark
of the
from?
time.
Where does that thought spark from? This is what I'm trying to say. There's some truth. There's some truth to every quote-unquote joke
does,
that
yes,
you have.
Obviously.
And when you do that
But a
to
lot of it,
me,
like, waste. No, but like saying waste is
Oh,
bald.
it got personal.
Or like.
no, I'm
Something like that.
no,
Bald idiot.
I'm just like, my point is like, if you make a joke, like if I go double neggy, and you go, like, and we get in a little bickering and argument, and you say, oh, stop going double neggy or whatever. Oh no, I'm joking. Blah blah blah. I'll like get mad because I know that I just went double negative.
Explain a scenario here, just like something that's happened in the past, because it's hard to explain.
Dude, I can't
a
fucking
scenario.
remember. It's fucking 3 a.m. I don't.
Like a fucking. Oh wait, never mind. That wasn't a really.
I just know in the chat, like, Ty will be typing some shit, and it's like, okay, that's obviously true, but he's gonna come out and say it's a joke in a minute, and
Yeah.
the
Have I
fucking
done that? I think
the
I've
Jack
done, like,
the
a few
Jack in the
times,
Box
but-
is gonna come out.
No,
Yeah.
because everyone gets pissed off at it. Like I wouldn't
Because
say
there's
it's
some
a joke,
truth to
everyone
it.
gets pissed off.
Yeah, but there's some truth to it, and like,
That's what makes shit funny.
yeah, but when
If
you're
there is
typing
truth
it, it's
Hey, Kyle,
not.
come
That's
find
why
me. I'm
everybody-
hiding.
Yeah, because people don't know I'm joking when I'm typing. I understand that.
Yeah, but even when you say it though, like we're not in face to face, like you're not grinning while.
If you saw my face when I said out this
Of
shit, you know I'm
course,
joking.
of
Like,
course, but that's not the case.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, where'd you say you were?
It's the same thing with you when you're trying to piss me off.
I said, come find me. You saw me. Don't fucking pretend. Don't fucking pretend like you didn't see me. Fucking trying to play that shit off. Walk right past me.
Alright, well,
Yeah, that's something that we all do, and Ty does it a lot, and it annoys me. Jay doesn't do it as much.
I do it sometimes, but that's only when people get
I make
super
those
butthurt.
jokes because I think that's what's funny, and it is funny. But people will
But
get
that
too much.
okay, the
I think I'm being dead serious. I'm like,
you can't
Preza,
blame
bro,
people
like,
for that though. You can't blame people
Like,
if
can
you
tell-
say.
you can. I know I shouldn't do it, and the thing is, I do it to people who I know will get pissed off at it, and I shouldn't do that, but it just makes it so
Don't-
much funnier. And like, I'll do it to Preza,
Okay, and you think I'm a
knowing
vibe
Preza
kill
will
for doing
retaliate.
that? You think I'm a vibe kill for doing that, and you do the same? Like, come on.
Yeah, what
These are
the
people
fuck?
that I would
Come on.
consider like my good friend. No, these are people like I would consider my super good friends. Like with
What? See, I'm the
Oh.
exact. See, my philosophy is the exact opposite. If you're my good friend, I'm gonna poke more fun out of you because you know that you're my good friend, and you can take jokes. That's my
Yeah.
thought. Like that's how I've always been. Like,
that's like the normal thought process. It's not
So
like
you
it's
can
not like,
take
okay,
it
let
'cause
me put
we're
it like this.
buddies.
No, like,
you can't,
I say
you
it-
can't. Look,
thing
you
is-
call Droop the N-word, right? And he laughs at it because it's a joke. But you come over to somebody like Dope and say it, and he's
Yeah,
gonna like,
exactly.
he's
he's
actually
gonna
fucking
react.
black. It's different.
Okay.
well, no, but it's the
okay,
same
give me
point.
some-
It's the same point. It's the same point.
Joey,
Like, I'll
no,
say that
you don't.
shit
Joey
to
doesn't like you.
And you'll know I'm joking. But I mean, it's a clear
Yeah.
joke.
okay, that's-
Like it's not like an insult. Like you're a fucking
Yeah,
kike.
Yeah, but
Like I
the
would
thing is,
say-
people take things different ways depending on how well they know you. and stuff like that.
Exactly. Exactly. Every situation's different.
No, but as I said with Kyle, like I don't take what he says to heart. It's just the fact that he doesn't.
You do. Jay, can you
That's
back me
what I
up?
just said. I said.
You
I
take
just said
everything
that.
very personal.
I don't say. As I said, it's not what you say. It's the fact that you take so much time to do it.
I
And, like,
disagree.
you want to do
I
it so
think
badly.
deep
I don't
down,
know.
I think deep down, everything that I say to you has a very big effect.
Yeah, look into his fucking eyes.
Like
while you
what?
say that.
Like what? Like what?
This is getting so deep. No, like, just, I can't think of examples. I'm bad at that. Like, actual examples.
Look at your best friend in the eye and tell him you fucking love him.
Shut the fuck up. I'm looking at this guy now.
Like Kyle, when you're saying like you're costing or something like that.
That's
and I know
obviously a
you're-
joke.
I know you're joking.
Because I don't say
but
that serious.
I just want you. I know,
I
but
do.
that's why I'll get mad when you keep doing it because I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like I am costing. Give me some fucking silence so I can stop costing.
Okay, I actually, I respect that. I respect that. I get
Yeah.
that.
And it's the same thing with you. If I say, Kyle, you're fucking caustic, like, you're gonna get someone, like, pissed off about it.
No, but no,
you're just
that's
like,
not true.
fucking
No.
stop.
I disagree. I would laugh. I would 100% laugh. I draw the line. I would 100% laugh.
I don't think you would.
I would probably get mad and I would laugh.
Because if you're already pissed off that you're caustic, and I go, Kyle, dude.
I would do one of these. I would do one of these.
Would
I'd
you
like.
start laughing?
I'd
Would
be
you
like,
start laughing if I said, Kyle, pick up the kills, bro? Would you
No,
really
now
start
you-
laughing if
see,
you're,
now-
if you're
now-
pissed off, like burning up on the inside because you're fucking getting shit on? and I go,
Now you're
"Kyle, pick up
actually
the
gonna
kills."
do that in game, and I'm actually angry. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like too negative. Like, pick up the kills, Kyle.
I know you'd be pissed. I know you'd be pissed. It's the
Oh,
same thing.
my
With
No,
ball,
but
dang
I'd be mad then because I know that. See, this is
like, I
getting
know
too deep,
you're
bro.
joking. Like,
This
the
is
thing
getting
is,
too
you know
deep.
I'm joking around.
You know what
joking
it comes
around,
down
but
to?
it's just-
In reality, what it comes down to is that there's no face-to-face. No, there's no face-to-face connection, so we can't tell
Asshole.
when we're
So we
joking.
can't read our body
Yeah, we
language,
can't
so
read.
that's a big part of telling.
That's literally everything. Yeah, and
Dude,
the situation.
Like when I'm joking, and that's a big thing. Like I
Yeah, you probably
like
like take your shirt
cringy
off
shit.
when you joke. Yeah, we got it.
no, I like to say a lot of cringy jokes because and like in my voice because then people will know I'm fucking
Damn, that
joking
was close.
around.
What the fuck gun is it?
You can't text like sarcastic shit like you normally do. That's a hard thing to fucking interpret. I just assume everything
Yeah.
you say is a joke and nothing serious, and it's worked out so far. But
You're getting smoked, son.
what was I saying?
Oh, I am Jesus. I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh
What
yeah,
was
now
I
you're gonna
say?
try. I'm not even close.
Oh, you're shooting the. Fuck you, Kyle.
Hey, get outplayed, idiot. 82 to
Alright, play
32.
me again. Play me again. Play me again. Alright, we should start ending the podcast now.
Should we?
Are we
I think
covered
this
all
is
the
when we're
topics?
getting good. Oh, we covered them long ago. I deleted
We
that.
did?
This
Oh,
has been like
shit.
3 hours.
Oh god.
This has
Well,
You
been.
should split it. You should honestly split it up, cause like we're talking
Nah.
about like COD shit right now and like funny
Nah,
shit.
this is the
like,
point.
like,
Nah,
our
there's
community and,
podcasts
like,
that are
our
like
friends.
6 hours long, you
And
know.
then there's like and then there's like we're talking about strictly politics for like an hour.
That's the way podcasts are. They talk about all different shit.
I guess, but I feel like we went from very serious to like.
You can make YouTube videos of
relax.
like, we talk about this, this, and this. You know what I mean? And then, oh shit, this gun.
I don't know. But yeah. Are we done? Pretty much.
We can wrap it
this thing
up.
Like a condom.
Alright, I'm leaving this.
I win, you lose.
I was on focus, I was leaning back. For those of you that watched, if there's anyone still in here, I doubt it. There's 2 viewers, and I'm one of them. Whoever you are out there, hopefully you aren't the one that disliked this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Probably not. But goodbye.